game, and they should have gotten out of here with a win. That's the reality of it. Flip a coin, go play football. It's not difficult.
Well,
instead, the coin toss doesn't decide the game. The players do.
They're 1-2-1 right now. The Dallas Cowboys. 1-2-1.
I mean, I just feel like I wasted my entire Sunday night watching this game and got nothing out of it.
If we end up with 4 tie games this year, there will certainly be an outrage, and they'll definitely go back and try and do something to
if you're the Packers,
right?
You heard the final whistle. That means the postgame is ready to roll. This is Green Bay Game Night, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, here's the Emmy Award winner, Homer.
A tie. 40-40. Everybody's sad it's a tie because Dallas just isn't that good, and the Packer defense was horrible. But given the game as it's going on, we will get Mark Tauscher, but we have people already calling in, and I'm curious as to the first thought. Sugar-free. A tie. And again, with the new rules, that's probably, that is why it was a tie. The old rules, Dallas would have won. All right, Sugar-free, what do you got? This is Green Bay Game Night and Morning.
Well, the freshest thought is LaFleur just can't do management of time. They need to call the timeout with 35 seconds left after the first down debacle. They need to get that. Actually, I think it's before even the first down. They needed to.
They had.
I can't recall.
They had 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Was the clock going?
What? I'll have to look, but.
Okay, yeah. I think it was first, and then
it was first and 10 to 12. Then they threw the pass where Diggs figured it out. If they'd have faced, then Golden lost 3. So then now you're 2nd and 13 at the 15.
Right, and at that point you had like 35 seconds, and you had 3 plays at that point to get in the end zone. Like throw the ball in the end zone, LaFleur.
Yeah,
unbelievable. It's just. This game was just goofy. They really need a bye week to get their heads on straight. It's just so frustrating. Frustrating.
Whatever your record you said they were going to be, it's not going to happen. What did you say?
What do you mean? They can still be 13. They can still. They can still have 13 wins.
Come on.
What do you mean? So now it was Super Bowl, and now come on.
No, it does not
it's
come
Super
on.
Bowl after the first 2 weeks.
You have to reassess, as I do, if the defense can be this horrible. And they're out like, well, Dallas scores a lot of points. No, they don't. They have against the Giants and the Packers. They scored 20 against the Eagles and 14 against the Bears. This is no juggernaut offense, and they had no CeeDee Lamb.
Something flipped. It was 4. It should have been 14-0.
I know. Well,
should have been 14-0. The defense was holding everything.
All right, yeah, but there's no way that defense was worse than it. Well, no, that was Joe Barry-like defense. They scored on They scored on 5 of 6 possessions.
Of course they did, Homer.
5 of 6 possessions.
But in the first 3 games they did. Okay, so now this was just a oddball game.
All right, okay.
Get your heads on.
All right, oddball game. Well, thanks, Sugar-free. Joining us now is, as this is part of Green Bay Game Night and Game Morning, Mark Tauscher. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. Yes, Tausch, take it away. Your opening thoughts.
My opening thoughts are this. I feel bad. I feel like I jumped the shark. I feel like Fonzie. I felt like our defense was completely different than what we saw tonight. I did not think this could happen to this group. And the fact that it did, I'm wavering now more about where this team is. Dallas is missing CeeDee Lamb and their best offensive lineman. Were we missing anybody on defense tonight? Was everybody available to us?
I believe so. Oh, Wyatt got hurt. It all changed when he got hurt.
Wyatt got hurt in the second quarter.
Correct.
Right around half.
Prior to that time, they had been stopping him, and after he got hurt, Dallas scored a touchdown on almost every possession.
Yeah, I told you last weekend after the Cleveland game, no sweat, not worried a bit. I'm worried more than a bit. This defense that I thought was going to lead the team and be, I wasn't quite to where it was the Ravens and the Buccaneers, but I was thinking, man, this group is going to create turnovers. It's going to be causing problems. I did not for any time think that the Dallas Cowboys would score 40. And by the way, if the clock would have been another 10 minutes, they'd have scored 48. And if the clock was another 10 minutes, they would have scored 56.
If Parsons doesn't make that play, they score a touchdown.
Well, Collinsworth got a little bit. He jumped the gun a little bit. I don't think he gets in there.
Oh, okay.
But
well, I thought he did because Cooper was there and he didn't tackle anybody all night.
Exactly, probably what it was supposed to. Green Bay didn't deserve to win this game, and
did they deserve to tie?
Yeah, you get what you deserve. You get what you deserve in life. But the special teams stunk again tonight, and what I didn't put into account is that our defense could ever, with this group healthy, give up that many points to a team with its best weapon not even playing.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Buffalo or Cincinnati with Joe Burrow and those wideouts, maybe. But I'm wavered tonight, Homer. I have been steadfast thinking this is a big boy team. This is the top team. The gap between the Eagles and the Packers, and I think you could even throw Detroit. I'm not saying that this season, tonight just was one of those, I'm going to need to get off the mat as a fan. Tonight was a big-time uppercut that landed, and I have to take the bye week and regroup because I didn't think what we saw tonight was going to happen to Jeff Hafley's defense all season. It did, and I'm wavered by it. That is my opening statement for this game today.
Yeah, well, I'm exactly in your group. I said it was over after 2 weeks.
Can you believe this? Can you believe this happened?
No, I can't. I can't believe it. I can't. They couldn't stop the run.
How did it happen?
They can't stop the
run.
run.
We're not that good. Hey, is our defense just not that good?
Yes, that's correct. Doesn't mean they can't be good. But I know you said, and I believed it, top 5 or points given up or whatever.
Dominant.
I've got to look to see the worst game the Packers had when they were good in 96. But there were just people open. And people missing tackles. Cooper was horrible.
Yeah. But Homer, the pass rush.
There was none.
It was not. And now they missed some holding calls, but Rashawn Gary was getting one-on-one a lot with their right tackle. We didn't cause enough problems for Dak, and he got way too comfortable. They ran the ball well. Dominant defenses. You're up what? 13-0 or 13-2. And should have been where you put it down and just bury these guys. And our defense, the second half, we weren't stopping a nosebleed.
No, let me just go through. When Wyatt got hurt, it was on the Dallas's 4th possession in the first half, all right? Dallas went on to score that possession. Then they went on to score the next possession, the last in the first half. In the second half, they punted their first possession and then scored 3 consecutive times. They scored 5 out of 6 when Wyatt got hurt, and then the field goal in overtime. I tell you what I'm going to do, and I I don't know that I've said this. They have to fire the special teams coach. You can't be this bad. All right, in overtime. All right, 47-yard line, and then no, not in overtime. At the end of end of regulation,
before the kick,
yeah, 47-yard line, and then in overtime, the only reason it wasn't that far out again was because they had a penalty. And here's somebody nobody's even touching. There's no one even touching the guy returning the kicks. There have to be like 8 players on, not to mention the blocked extra point. It was as if the guy just ran. It was like a bad high school extra point.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what. I mean, obviously, Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, I thought Jordan Love. Like, there was a lot of things offensively, but you're playing a defense that stinks.
Yeah.
Like, I anticipated them. I thought they'd score 40 tonight, and they did. I never in a million years thought that Dallas would come close to 40. Mm-hmm. I thought a garbage touchdown would put them in the low 20s tonight. That's what this game should have been. But I think we all have to take a long, hard look, including Jeff Hafley and the Green Bay Packers. People are going to look at this and say, well, Dak had a great game, and he's a really good quarterback.
They had no pressure on him, not a little pressure.
I am literally, I'm kind of crestfallen. I don't know if you can tell. I'm tired, but I'm crestfallen.
I am too.
Like, I really believed that this was going to be a whole different animal. This was going to be, we're going to be a suffocating, just, going to get after people defensively. And about the middle of the third quarter, I ended up tweeting something out like, did we crown this defense too early? And obviously the answer is 1,000% yes. And I am guiltier than sin on it. And I just feel crestfallen that I took the bait. I took the bait of what we saw the first 3 weeks. And I still, I'm not giving up at all. For tonight, for this game, I never envisioned this defense having a night like tonight. And now I have to readjust my expectations for what this defense will be. And hopefully then I can be proven wrong on the other side of it, when maybe in 4 or 5 weeks we're sitting here saying, this is the defense. They had the one blip down in Arlington. It's the one blip. But I can't say that. I can't in good faith sit here and tell our audience and tell you and tell myself that, no, this is just stuff happens. Stuff to dominant defenses, this doesn't happen ever. And it did tonight.
This happens like on the new Baltimore Ravens defense, not the one that was. Yes, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that this can be as dominant, and part of it also the first 2 were at home; these were on the road. But yeah, no, I'm with you totally. The division is not over. And
no, it's not.
They're good. But they're not that good. They're not. The defense is not scary.
How much better are we?
And
how much better are we than last? Homer, how much better are we than last year? I don't know if we had a game this bad defensively last year. Did we?
I'm
sure we did.
I think they're better this year, but.
Listen, man. I would have. If you'd asked me this at middle of the week, I would have said, Homer, you're nuts. Of course, we're 100 times better, but we're not creating turnovers.
Correct.
Right?
No, you feel like, all right, they score a touchdown at the end of the first half, and they come back, and it feels a little fluky there. All right, they'll reset. They'll square things up in the second half, and for one series, the Packers scored, so they're back on top, and then Dallas scores, and then Dallas scores again, and then Dallas scores again. Like, you played on good teams. At some point, even when you're having a bad game, you respond and do something.
You get dumb into one. Yeah, penalty or something.
They just got whooped.
Homer,
then they got whooped again, and then whooped again, and then whooped. 5 of 6 series. Dallas scored a touchdown after, I don't know if Wyatt's that good. It's just, he came out.
Homer, he's got to be the dog. He's got to be the dog of the game, right? I mean,
yes.
For defense.
because they turned into a pussycat after he left.
Yeah, I just
right.
I don't know if this is how all Packer fans are feeling, but don't we all feel like we were hoodwinked, or that we just got a great body blow and you can't really get back up right now? You feel like you just felt like this defense was so much better and different, and then tonight happens and you're kind of like, maybe it's not.
No, now for the first time, if it's that good, you'll be a little surprised. Because if they come back to being that good, you'll at some point have to come up with an explanation for tonight.
Yeah,
and there is none.
There isn't one. Homer,
right. Yes.
Homer, their best offensive lineman and their best player, their best wideout, one of the top wideouts in the league. Hey, they weren't even out there tonight. They didn't even play.
And even if they had been there, you still wouldn't have anticipated this. But you're right.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, Dallas's offense is good. I didn't want to. I mean, I gave the they're going to score 20 points type of bit, which against this defense I thought was like, wow, that's impressive. And now tonight just is completely
because you thought it'd be 40-20 or 37-20. And it was 15.
I thought a low 40s. I thought we'd score a ton of points, and we did because their defense stinks. And I just never thought I would ever even think about uttering the words, does our defense stink? And I still don't think they do. I think we're obviously going to have better days. We're going to have better days than tonight, but I never envisioned a night like this during this team.
Yeah, in the first 3 Dallas series, they had a grand total of 1 first down.
It was great.
Down in the first 3. After that, they scored touchdowns in 5 of the next 6. I can tell you this.
Yeah.
If I'm Wyatt's agent, I want a new contract now.
All
right, we will get to all the callers. A tie. And then, and Jordan Love did great, but they almost blew it at the end. And they just got lucky that they didn't blow it because it was down to 1 second. And a couple things could have happened. And they would have lost. So, I don't.
Yeah.
But they tied. And we'll take all the calls. And this is 40-40. So the Green Bay Packers into the bye are 2-1-1. Your call's next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care, not a long ER wait. The orthopedic care specialists at Ortho ASAP treat fractures, sprains, strains, sports injuries, and more right away. With on-site x-rays and expert care, Ortho ASAP gets you back on track faster. Open 7 days a week with locations in Brookfield and Pewaukee, it's more affordable than the ER. Walk in, get treated, and get back to life. Ortho ASAP. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavorabilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Are you looking for ways to give back to your local community? Use volunteerwisconsin.org to find opportunities to volunteer your time with organizations making a difference near you. As we celebrate United Ways Month, we're also celebrating you. Visit volunteerwisconsin.org or get in touch with your local United Way or Volunteer Center to find out more about local opportunities to get involved. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. It's time for the Sit Mean Sit Dog of the Game.
You see these dogs in your front yard?
Jordan Love.
Dog.
John Jacobs.
Dog.
Michael Parsons.
Dog.
Matthew Golden.
He's a dog.
Presented by Sit Mean Sit Dog Training in Waukesha and Milwaukee. Visit sitmeansit.com.
You gotta be the dog. And I'm like, man, we got dogs.
This is a little bit out of the norm, but I wanted to do it because someone tweeted saying, as we discussed the possible dog of the game, that McManus had to be the dog of the game. First, he made the tackle on the kid. Then it looked like he was hurt. Someone questioned how hurt he was, and I thought, yeah, I would. I think that's worthy of mention, and was curious what your thought. Because if your kicker's hurt, you're toast.
Not given. Yeah, well, maybe not. Maybe you would have handled the clock better and you'd have won the game, and not kind of playing it out.
They were pretty conservative, didn't you think? I thought they'd go in the end zone a couple times. They had with 32 seconds left.
Should have called an earlier timeout.
Yes,
they should have called the timeout earlier.
Yeah, they had 1st and 10 at the 12 with 30 after Wilson got 7 yards rushing. 32 seconds. 1st and 10. I got 3 plays. I'm going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't. I mean, they got tackled in the throw to Golden was just a bad play call.
Diggs made a
good play. It was. So I took a little heat because, coming into this game, I firmly believed that our defense was dominant and was going to limit what Dallas was going to do.
Yeah.
And obviously I was wrong, like in a big way on that. Because that 4th and 1 or whatever it was, they didn't go for it, but punt the ball, get it back. And you ended up doing it. You got the ball back. You went down, scored. Went up 13. You blocked the extra point. And so it's 13-2
See, and you're
instead
thinking
of 14-0.
they would do that because you're thinking they believe in their defense. Like we can at that point.
Right. You play to your strength, right? And you and I know some people are like, well, no, you go for it. No, you don't. You make the opposing offense go 85 yards to score on your great defense. And obviously tonight the defense wasn't great. So all of that. No, tonight's dog is easy, and I'll take the low-hanging fruit. It was Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was the dog tonight.
Even when
22 for 86, 4 catches, 71 yards. And I don't know, he was banged up, a couple tutters. It just kept hanging in there. I thought he was the dog, and I know Emmanuel Wilson came in and did a really good job too. But all in all, I love the tone that he set, and I thought he did exactly what we needed for him and this offense to go and be successful, to put up a 40-burger in a game that I'm still – this is going to be one that I think I'm going to need a night's sleep to kind of get my head wrapped around where we're at as a football team.
Right, because if they would have tied like 10-10, 13-13, you'd be discussing the offense, but you'd still have that belief in –
still feel good
about the defense.
I do, because – yeah, I think last week, obviously, the loss sucked, and, we mismanaged and poor decision and all of that. But the reason we felt so strongly about this team so far, and again, it's only a quarter of the season, not even, but the fact that you had the two of the most potent offenses and you shut them down, and in Cleveland, tonight I would have been all right, again, if they scored 15 or 20, because Dak, I respect Dak. I think their offense... But what did you say? 5 out of 6 drives after Devontae got hurt with
touchdowns, and none of them were close. They were just
it's obscene.
They were just screwed.
It was just bad.
So
Homer, I guess from
let me do the dog of the game. The dog of the game is brought to you by Sit Means Sit. If your dogs don't always listen to you, or you ask yourself, why don't they listen to what I say? Look no further than Sit Means Sit. You can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training today in Milwaukee or Waukesha. To schedule a free consultation, go to sitmeansit.com and check out their Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. Mark Tauscher appropriately selecting Josh Jacobs as the dog of the game. I, on the other hand, am going with the place kicker, Brandon McManus, because he might have been hurt where that final kick was tougher than people think because of the tackle. And then they said the place kicker went into the tent. When's the last time you heard a place kicker going in the tent? I know the answer, Tausch. Never.
Yeah, it's been a while.
In all your time. Well, did they have the tent back when you were playing? I don't know if they had the
tent.
We
did not have a tent. Okay. No. There's no tent. No.
But you don't.
We were lucky if we had. If we had bench.
What is the most injured you ever miss seeing your place kicker? Seems like Mason Crosby made a tackle one time.
No, I think somebody. There's been a hamstring pull, and guys have gotten their cage rattled on trying to tackle somebody. Yep. So it's happened. Homer, do you think most of our fans think that this defense, that tonight was a blip, or we've totally overhyped them throughout the season?
Well, let's find out. We got people lined up. Let's see who's up there. They're all waiting about the same amount of time. Let's go to Jason. Jason in Tosa. Tausch had a question for you. You can say whatever you want on Green Bay game night /morning, but you can't answer. Tausch, put the question exactly as you want it to be addressed.
Well, this is where I like workshopping. Is tonight a blip, or did we just completely overrate this defense? Like I'm not quite ready. I don't know how I want to word it. But my thought is, do we still believe that this defense? I still believe this is going to be a really good defense. I'm hoping tonight was just a blip. I just never envisioned this happening to this team tonight. That's all. All right, Jason, what do we got?
So I think there's some overrating going on, but I wouldn't limit it to the defense, because under Matt LaFleur, the Packers have way too often played down to the level of their competition. Last week, Cleveland had a good defense, and the offense was non-existent, disjointed, uninspired. Tonight, Dallas, even without Tausch, 2 starting offensive linemen, Booker, the guard, BB, the center out, as well as their best offensive player, Lamb.
Yep.
Okay, so tonight, the defense looks uninspired and disjointed. And then there's our special teams. We're about to go up 14-0. And I think every Packer fan watching was not surprised and deflated. And I'm sure the players were. When Joe Barry Bisaccia, and I'm the one who labeled him Joe Barry in my call-in last week, when he's allowed to coordinate historically bad special teams year after year. And this is our third special teams coordinator under Mr. LaFleur. Now, that last minute, 2-minute special clock management, that was Matt Eberflus last Thanksgiving Day in Detroit level bad coaching. Matt Eberflus got fired the next day. If that ball that gets knocked up in the air by Jack Sanborn for 2 more seconds, what would we be saying right now? That was awful. I don't know what they were doing on that. So I will ask you, Tausch, the question I asked you when I thought Matt LaFleur was the reason we lost last week's game. Do you believe Matt LaFleur is a head coach who can take the Green Bay Packers to a Super Bowl? And if so, what is it you see that leads you to that belief? Because this is 7 years in. We've made our big trade. We signed free agents. Unless this is on Goody, Tausch, and I know what you feel about Goody. There's something missing with this operation, and it's not a new thing, Tausch.
Yeah, so I understand your question, and Matt LaFleur has the first 3 years. I mean, we always go over that stat. I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach. I think the end of they're going to get the grief is going to be said about the end of this game and how the overtime was managed, and it's fair. But I thought the end of the first half is where he really was bad. Like, I thought that was his. You're not going to go get points. You don't have any timeouts. Nothing good was going to come of that, and you ended up really gift wrapping what was already a gift wrap with the extra point blocked. And how the rest of that half turned out. Matt has had a couple of bad weeks. Now, do I still think that he's a really good coach? I do. And I can understand why a lot of Packer fans, you and others, don't, or at least don't think he's championship mettle, because we're in year 7 and he has not brought a championship yet. Those are all fair criticisms. I still believe that he can. There's a lot of things I like about him. But there have been some things that have been recurring that I can understand why people are very troubled by. And tonight was another example of that. So I get it, man. I do. I understand where you're coming from. I don't agree with you, but I am not going to sit here and tell you you don't know what the heck you're talking about. You don't have any clue. The criticism levied on Matt LaFleur, I think, is fair.
You can't think he's worse than the special teams coach, right?
No, I have not been a Bisaccia fan. I haven't been a Bisaccia fan for a while, and I don't know why everybody was so excited about it, because the whole kicking thing with Anders and then the Narveson and whoever else was just blah. And now Goody and everybody, they kind of figured some things out, but now was anybody surprised when they returned that kick 48 yards or whatever it was to set the Cowboys didn't need a field goal. They needed a touchdown to win. And it was like, yeah, that's how that's going to go.
I was thinking, like, if you kick the ball out of the end zone, then they get it at the 35, I think. Do I have that right?
You're right. Yes.
I was suggesting I haven't seen a team do that, but that's what, if I was LaFleur, that's what I would have said.
Yeah, that tells you all you need to know
35,
about
47. And I want to emphasize the last one, it would have been as close to that. It was like the 41. And I reserve you to tell me I'm wrong, but I swear nobody touched the kick returner. Like he's just running free till the 40-some-yard line.
Our special teams, then we're not fair catching punts, and we're getting drilled, and I don't know how he held on to that ball. Like, it is I don't know what you feel like. And then you could tell, I don't know if you noticed this. This is I'm a little bit of a sicko about this. McManus, after he got that first kick blocked off the right side, you notice how he started making all of his kicks just barely in the left side of the field goal post because that pressure was coming. And he's so good that I think he was able to steer it and make sure that it didn't get blocked off that side again. And he started putting it in the left side of the field goal post.
I'm not arguing that, because the guy who blocked the extra point, it looked like no one touched him. It looked like he just came through. Like, he didn't have to dive to block the kick. He was just. Yeah. I need to watch it again, but that's what I thought.
No, it's amazing, Homer. Your job as you're on the outside. You have to sacrifice. You have to take up a gap and a half. Like right. You have to stand in there inside out, and you have to keep an arm up. There's going to be a guy. The guy off the edge is always going to. You just want to knock him off to slow him down a little bit.
We never needed you to explain this. We didn't need to know that, right? Because it was always taken care of. The only time you got a kick block, now there's some on the inside, but, and the guy comes around on the outside and then dives, right? It's full spread out. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll get to your calls. And, yes, as far as the defense, were you happy that it was a tie? No, everybody should be upset.
Nobody's happy.
You're supposed to win. However, watching the game, all right, as it was evolving, you can't say you're crushed by a tie. Because how many times in that game did you think, damn, they're going to lose this game? There had to be a few, right?
Well, you thought we'd start the postgame show in the second quarter.
Again?
You did.
Yes.
I knew.
At that point, the game was exactly as dominant as I expected.
Yes. Yeah, if they kick that extra point and get another stop and go up 17-0 at half, I'm not far off with you. But that blocked extra point and then the horrific clock management, Strack, touchdown the next play. After that, I'm like, this thing is a coin toss, flipperooski. And then
just to be fair, after the block, they did stop Dallas. That was the only time they that was before the 5 of 6. They did stop them after 13-2. Dallas had got the ball and it was 3 and out. And then the Packers did the same, and then Dallas started their run after that when Wyatt got hurt. So they did.
I don't know. I hope it's the Devontae Wyatt effect, but I did not see the Micah Parsons effect tonight at all.
I agree.
And, I don't know how anybody – it's so funny as a Packer fan because you put up 40 and you feel good, but you also realize that their defense stinks. Like, that's maybe the worst defense in the NFL. And we got in a defense off with them tonight. Like, both defenses stunk.
Yeah, they look the same.
And I never thought I'd say that about this group.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was a game of two teams with the Dallas
defense.
Two
teams and listen, man, I am not giving in and saying that I still believe this defense will be a top 5 defense, but I can't stand on anything tonight to say that. Like, I can't. Because tonight was a top – you're not going to be a top 5 defense doing it tonight. We'll get better. We will not have another night like this, I hope. If we do,
the fact that you have to say "I hope" says all we need to know. All right, flush it or flesh it. We'll continue the discussion about where you're at with the defense. That'll be flush it or flesh it. That's next, along with Thomas, Nicholas, Levi, Joe, and Charles. We'll get to all of you. I'm like you. I'm shocked. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. As I've said about other teams in other situations, the question you have is how good can that defense be even if just one night it can be this bad? Next.
Yeah.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs, classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken, made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Call the Carbless Talk and Text Line, 800-990-3776. Flush it.
We failed multiple times with bad ideas. I didn't know were bad till I realized they didn't work.
Or flesh it.
Yeah, that's one idea. Or we can work as a team.
Brought to you by Gordon Flesh Company. Business technology managed. Taking the worry out of your office equipment and IT needs.
By the way, somebody else suggested dog of the game, Romeo Dobbs. He did have 3 touchdown passes, so
yeah, he had a good game
as well.
He did.
All right,
good point.
Flush it or flesh it, which will be going on the entire show as we go into the Green Bay game morning about the defense. That they were way oversold, or it's just a question of the degree that you might say, whatever they are, they're not what everybody was believing and excited about with the addition of one outstanding player, but also Micah Parsons, that they could be dominant. Can you be dominant? Can you say the Packers could be a dominant defense or are a dominant defense right now? Or do you think you'll say it? And that's the flush it or flesh it.
Well, it takes a team to meet just about any goal. That's as true on the football field as it is in the office. Gordon Flesch Company has been providing cutting-edge technology for companies of all sizes for over 65 years. Visit gflesh.com to learn more. So, Homer, I can't say that tonight. Obviously, nobody can. But I do want to say this, and I want to make sure, because I know people like clip and show stuff. I'm not comparing this team to the 85 Bears or the Ravens. I have said last week, I was like, boy, I hope we can by the end of the season. The Miami Dolphins, against that Bears team, they did throw up a bunch of points on a Monday night game in their only loss. They did. But I'm going to say this. This defense is not to be mentioned in that sentence with that group as we sit here today.
And I know the group that did it was the Miami Dolphins with Dan Marino and one of this spectacular offenses.
Cooper and Clayton.
Yes.
But what I'm going to say is I still believe this defense is going to be the best of the Matt LaFleur era, even after what I just watched. Because what I watched, I had no premonitions we'd see anything close to this. So we got to live with that. Now it's, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to get better? And I think everybody, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about our fans. I don't know about you. I'm just shocked that this happened tonight.
You need a bye week. You need a bye week.
I legit need a bye week.
Yeah.
Homer, you're joking about it, but I'm rattled.
I'm serious.
I'm legit rattled by it. Yeah.
And I don't. Yep. I said the division was over, and I don't feel bad about saying that because I'll admit I never thought there'd be a game in which the defense reminded me of the defense in Bart Starr's final year when they had one of the great offenses ever, and they gave up 40 all the time. I was surprised they held them to a field goal. Correct?
Yeah, it was a good stand. That was a big stand. All right,
let's get to the callers. Charles in Brookfield. Charles, you're on with Mark Tauscher. The defense is the issue as far as flesh it, and we'll need a bye week to be able to address which is the correct answer. Because even if you flush it, you got to flesh it to some degree. Yes, Charles. Charles, are you there? Did we lose Charles? Millions are listening. Should we try somebody else? All right, let's go with Joe. Joe and Madison. Then we'll get to Levi. If Joe's not on, we'll get to Levi. Yes, Joe.
Hey, so, yeah, obviously this defense, I mean, I'm with you, Tausch. I did not see the Cowboys without their best player and 40% of their offensive line missing, putting up 40 points on us. But I always try to look at things from a positive perspective. Is this the first game that we've seen Jordan Love bail out the defense 3 straight times? Because you had the play where he led him on what should have been the game-winning drive, and then the Cowboys score, and then he leads them down with 40 seconds left to kick a field goal, and then in overtime after we give up a field goal on the 4th and 7, gutsy throw to Golden there, and then leads them on the questionable play calls. Obviously,
it was too
30 seconds left.
conservative. Everybody had faith. Jordan, go finish the deal. Do it.
Yep.
Make this one of those memorable games in which everybody calling in after the game says, you know what that was like? That was Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. That was the level that Jordan Love did it in this game. He carried that team and found a way to win and made play after play after play. And I didn't think they gave him that LaFleur gave him chances given, as I said, well, how could I say that a week before against Cleveland? It's a different team in a different situation. How can you not comprehend the situation?
What
determines what?
Why are we running the ball? Why are we running the ball with 15 seconds left?
I don't have any idea.
In the game.
when you had a 4th and 6, then you got 14 yards, right? I mean, they had to make a big play to be there.
Yeah.
First
if
and
you're
10
gonna pay
at
Jordan
the 12.
Love, if you're going to pay Jordan Love $50 million a year, give him the ball and trust that he's going to make a play. Don't give the ball to was it Emmanuel Wilson we gave the ball to?
Yes, he got 7 yards.
Why?
Though. 2nd and 4, he got
7 yards. But 30 seconds left. That's 3 shots to the end zone.
Yeah, there was even more like that than they did it. But
guys, I think Matt LaFleur was deadly afraid of giving the ball back because Aubrey can make a 65-yard field goal. He wanted us to either score a touchdown with 20 seconds left or kick a field goal with 2 seconds left. He was not interested.
Yeah, no, and Tausch, the last 2 times they kicked off, maybe he would have kicked it out of the end zone and given it to him at the 35. The last 2 times they both could have had the ball Dallas at about the 50-yard line. You don't need many plays when you got it at the 50 when you got 70-yard field goal guy there. Yes.
He was afraid. He was afraid of Aubrey tonight.
Yes,
no
he didn't want to lose the game. He wanted to either tie it or win.
Also,
yeah, great point.
Also, why is it that if it goes into the end zone and you down it, it's to the 20, but if it goes through the end zone, it's at the 35? Like, what are we doing?
Well,
they're trying. They're trying to get.
They want it to be returned.
Return.
Yeah.
They want you to bring the ball out. So you don't have to like it, but that's the rule.
That's the rule.
Yeah, this whole kickoff thing is. That's a conversation for another day.
Well, no, it's not. But it doesn't even look like a kickoff. I don't even know what it is. They need to have another name for it, right?
What do you want to call it?
I don't know. Something else. I'll defer to you. We had
a kickoff. If you're hey, Homer, you know the rules, man. If you're going to complain and bicker about something, you have to come up with a solution. Well, I'm not bickering
that much. I'm willing to give. I want you to give some creativity to it.
I'll think about it.
You agree? It's based on what you played.
Yeah.
Which was a kickoff. This is not the same. It's different.
No, I agree. It's different, but I am so just. Yeah, no, I'm not in the right mind space tonight because I'm just I'm still shocked by what we saw. Like, I can't believe. What did the old Joe Buck say when there was that home run? I can't believe what I just saw.
Kurt Gibson, yeah. Because after a touchdown, you thought, all right, the next time they'll get it squared away, right? And then after that touchdown, did you?
Homer, honestly, after about the third touchdown tonight, I had kind of given in. Like,
wow.
I got to really. Whenever I tweeted that out, I don't know if that was at 30 points or high 20s. I just started seeing it, and I'm thinking to myself, man. It's hard when you have to admit that you're wrong.
Yeah.
That you've watched this and you see what you saw, the dominance, not the bend but break and give up field goals. Like we were taking the souls of people. Like we turned Jared Goff and Jaden Daniels into check down Charlies.
Yes.
And tonight Dak Prescott wasn't check down Charlie. Dak was like, whatever, I'll do whatever. You want to run it here? All right, I'll do some hand gestures and we'll gash you for 10. Oh, you want me to hit Jake Ferguson? Oh, you want me to hit Pickens? Oh, you want me to hit Durbin? Oh, okay, this is what we'll do. And I'm sitting here thinking, where is this? How is this happening? And it made me really ponder. And again, I'll get over it and we'll regroup. But this was eye-opening for me as a fan tonight.
Levi, let her fly. You're on Green Bay game morning as it's past midnight. I'm not doing it, but there would be the potential to go up until 7 o'clock.
I think you should.
No.
Why? You love it. Hey, Homer, Levi, hold up 1 second, Levi. Homer is always complaining. Levi listens to your show too, Homer. You're always complaining you got knocked down to an hour.
That's correct.
Why don't we get an hour now?
That's right.
You have the option tonight of doing, we started at 11, a little after 11. You have the option of doing an 8-hour shift
right
tonight.
Yes, I do.
I want you to do it. I think it'll be fun.
You might have to produce for yourself.
I can't, as was occurred with TV.
I forgot
No, you have to get a producer. But more than that, there's only one reason I won't do it. I'm scared to death. At some point, I'll fall asleep. Like, come back for a break. And Homer. And then it'll be like Tommy Lasorda and all the famous announcers or interviews where people fell asleep. All right, Levi.
I'm sorry. I'll get to after when Homer just did that. Okay. I just want to say, I don't know if Tausch will agree with me on this, but I really don't like ties in the NFL. But I know it is what it is. But man, it was kind of frustrating though. It was like going back and forth. Like the defense didn't do a good job tonight. It was just one of those nights, like you said, Tausch. It was just frustrating. I didn't expect this to happen, but oh man, I was kind of
Levi, is your confidence wavered that this is a Super Bowl team with a great defense after tonight?
That's a really good question, Tausch. I still think that we still have a great defense, but tonight just wasn't that night. It was just
But you do have to feel better about your quarterback, right? Everybody's got to feel better about Jordan Love to some degree. He did everything.
He had a great night. Yeah, he had a great night. Yeah, but Homer, he also was playing. He's playing the worst defense in the league tonight.
True.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, Jordan Love had a good game tonight. Don't get me wrong, except on that fumble he had almost at the end of the first half. But I've been seeing a lot of people on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube saying that he's not so special. I'm like, I don't know what you think about that, Tausch. Do you think Love is a special quarterback? Like people are.
Well, I'll say this: if you wanted to have that conversation last weekend, I'm open to it. Tonight, he was all world. I mean, he was. What did he end up throwing for tonight? 330.
337 or something like that.
Hold on, I'll get.
Yeah, he had a night. So
he had fine.
337. I was right.
Yeah,
right.
Quarterback rating 118, 31 of
43,
three touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't take a ton of. I mean, it's a big night, but if you don't have a big night, what are we doing? Like this team's that defense is just not good. So I don't know. I don't. Thanks for the call, Levi. I don't know.
See ya.
I don't know what. I am so conflicted about where I'm at because of what we saw tonight. And I'm not sure how to feel. I'm just conflicted. I am.
You never thought this defense was capable of playing this badly.
I did not.
Not even close.
That is 100%. That is 100% accurate. Homer, I thought our offense was struggling. We had a new O-line tonight. I knew we'd still score points. But I'm not like overly super impressed by what our offense did. I thought it was exactly what we were supposed to do. And our defense to do this to that degree was so out of character and everything that I thought this team was. I need a bye week to regroup. Yeah. I do. I can't.
By the way, in the second half, the Packers scored on every possession. Touchdown, touchdown, field goal, and field goal. We've got other people waiting. It hasn't changed. A tie. Nobody's happy with a tie against.
Homer, did you you've done the adjusted scores every week?
Yes.
What do you do tonight?
No.
Is there any adjustment in your score?
This is perfect. This is what it was.
Okay.
Two offenses that couldn't be stopped, and two defenses that couldn't do anything, and it was literally a tie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to. The only way it wasn't going to be like that would be if somebody turned the ball over. And that's what I was thinking throughout the game. Fine. The Packers have the game where the defense, but then they create a couple turnovers and it changes everything. And they haven't had any turnovers. And when you're a good defense,
we're not creating turnovers.
And it doesn't seem that they're that close to creating turnovers.
No.
All right, Thomas, Nicholas, Larry, and Ricardo, and it is the morning, but we're going to get to Tito's next too. Next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6.25 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay Doritos, Sun Chips, Ruffles, or Tostitos dip, 2 for $7. 24-pack selected varieties, Pure Life Water, $3.99. 14-ounce or 3-count selected varieties, Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4.5 to 5.3 ounce selected varieties, Chobani Flip Greek yogurt, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
to 40, the Packers and Dallas tie. If you weren't aware, they have a new rule in overtime this year, as they do in the playoffs, where even if the first team scores, you get it again. And in this case, it was a field goal. Now, you only play 10 minutes, so as Tausch alluded to, it is very likely that LaFleur was using as much time as possible so that the options were we score and the game's got like 10 seconds left or 20, or we kick a field goal and it's a tie. But and I wish to Tausch give him immense credit because I think he didn't do it against Cleveland, but he appropriately assessed the situation, the game. And he didn't say, I'm not worried about that. We're going to go score a touchdown. If we do it quickly, fine, because I believe in my defense. I believe he had appropriately, as you alluded to, come to the conclusion that it might not be wise to believe in them.
No,
I might want to take a different approach in this game at this time, and he did.
I think he made. I gave him a ton of grief last week for throwing the football, and obviously Jordan made a bad decision and a bad throw, and it cost us the game because last week the Joe Flacco-led offense with Cleveland did not move the ball all day. Tonight, while I thought punting it on 4th and 2 with a lead was the right play, because at that point I still was thinking this defense was once you see kind of how the game is going, you have to understand, all right, the worst case scenario for this was we were going to have a field goal attempt to tie the game. That's what Matt LaFleur went in, and that's what ended up happening. Obviously, he made the kick and the tie, and you're disappointed with it. But I'm not going to be as hard on him on the clock management piece to this at the end because I saw what he was trying to do. The play that screwed it up was the tunnel screen that Diggs read and tackled him, and I think that kind of threw a wrench into the entire plan of what they were trying to do from whatever the 11 or 12 yard line, wherever it was. So it was just a really disappointing effort from the special teams and the defense tonight. And this team has not found its way yet to play a complete game this season on all three phases. We have not seen that yet.
Well, with the current status of these special teams, I don't think you even hope to have all three. There's two,
yeah.
Right? All right,
we
Thomas.
fence. Don't they call it the we fence? I think we fence.
Thomas, you are on Green Bay game morning with Tausch. Let her fly.
Thanks for taking my call. Couple things, Tosh. I don't know how you can be critical on Matt LaFleur when the clock management, and I tweeted this, and I'm trying to be clean, but that is being too conservative. And why are we still doing these like bubble screens going sideways instead of vertical? Again, throughout the whole game, but not just at the end of the game. It's like when I see college, no one's doing this stuff. And it's like if you want to be a pro style, like you look at Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, they don't do any of this gimmick
Thomas,
stuff.
I'll let you finish, but you do know they scored 40 points. Excuse me.
Okay, but at the end of the game, it's the end of the game and clock management. It's like when I see these end arounds and like these whole Jordan Love spins, fake handoff, and just it's like the defense is not confused, guys. Like the best teams in college and the NFL, like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, they make these receivers get open without any of these gimmicky motions and we're gonna have fake handoff, spin the quarterback around to then drop back. They just get the ball.
Even if you're right, Thomas, it seemed like that actually was what worked a great deal tonight and this morning. But I'll defer. No, I had the same feeling. I wanted go to the end zone at the last few seconds when it was to where they wouldn't have even had that much time left. But I will defer to Tausch. Hold on, Thomas. Yeah. Go ahead, Tausch.
Yeah, the clock management at the end of the game was conservative, and I'm telling you, it was the back of his mind once he got to the 2-minute warning. With Dallas not having any timeouts, his whole mindset was more so instead of I want to go score a touchdown to win, I am not going to give the ball back to Dallas to have any chance to do anything. We're either walking out of here with a tie, a missed kick, or a touchdown. That was what his mindset was. I don't think that was wrong. I thought the execution on that screen and some of it was that part of it was the poor part. But I'm not as upset about. I think the more interesting clock management mistake that he made was trying to do something at the end of the half with nothing really there, and it ended up costing your team 7 points. That's the part I'm more irritated about than the overtime.
And I want to add, Thomas and Tausch, this. The only reason the Packers had a chance to tie the game at the end of regulation is because Dallas scored so quickly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, can I ask you guys something?
Yes.
Sure.
Last question.
Why do we draft Golden? Like,
He's
have
good.
you guys seen what Mecca Ibuka is doing at Tampa Bay, or JSN at Seahawks? Like, what's the point? Like, it's this whole thing. We spread the ball around. Really? Like your first round receiver, all he did at Texas was a burner, and it's like we're not even using him. Like, what? You might as well use it on a lineman. Like all these other teams, why?
What's wrong with the lineman?
Back to good.
Hey, what's wrong with the lineman?
No, but I would have loved to get a first round lineman. I love linemen. They probably would have helped. But it's like, how we just can't use any rookies and have them again. How does
He had
teams
some
use
big
their rookies?
plays. He caught the ball on the 4th down play, or they would have lost the game. He had 5 catches for 58 yards.
Yeah.
Those guys are
How many
doing
yards?
better, but don't you think, Thomas, you could call in and say, I just want to let you guys know, Golden's going to just keep getting better and better and better, and they're not using him as much as other guys.
He's only 4 games in. He's only 4 games in.
Yeah. But your stats are accurate, Thomas, and you're not.
I just see other teams rookies.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like
you're not wrong. All right. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, Ibuka,
All right, Tausch,
the guy from Tampa was really good. He's good.
He was drafted before Golden too, so they didn't have a chance
He's
to pick
Yeah,
him.
so
no,
they
he's
didn't have
just
that
saying
option.
your first round. And Golden, when Golden caught that pass, I kept thinking of Rob Domofsky, who said he never dropped a pass all of training camp, because that's one where he could have hit the ground or whatever. And I know Domofsky says, I knew he wouldn't drop that one. All right,
That was
Tausch,
a
a
big
little
time
Tito's,
catch,
and then I know you got to go. Understandable at 12:22 in the morning.
Well, I can't wait for you and Will and Gary and Wildy and everybody to go till 7. That's going to be impressive.
I think 3's, and I think 3 is a possibility, but 7,
Okay.
No.
Well, and you know what? Whether you're winning, losing,
I
or
could use
ending in a
Tito's right
tie,
now. Oh, man, I could use some Tito's.
Tito's is what you need. Tito's Handmade Vodka, America's favorite vodka for a reason, distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's is known for great vodka, giving back, and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th generation in Austin, Texas, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Can't wait for Wildy and Tausch and how you make it through the bye week.
Yeah, I am. I think with a good night's sleep and kind of just looking at this tonight, while it's incredibly disappointing, you do look at offensively, you ran the ball. Your O-line should get healthy. Because right now, the O-line, even with a great performance offensively tonight, O-line did not have another great night. Like, they did not. They, the sack strip and all that. But tonight, I can't even really focus on anything but the just absolute, what was the word I used? Crestfallen. I just still...
And you're mentioning the defense instead of special teams, and special teams were worse.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Well, no, I don't know.
Because you never thought they could be that good. Oh, the blocked field goal, and I'm not going to say that changed the game. Well, there's a tempo involved, but that was still a fluky thing.
It did change. It changed the game in the respect that it changed the momentum and went from 14 to 13 to 2. And those 2 points. What did the game end in a tie, Homer? How are you going to act like those 2 points didn't matter?
Because they may have affected different things that people have done if the score was different. But no, I'm
sure
it did change.
I'm going to go to bed.
All right,
hey, I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to say this.
Yes,
I still feel like we're going to be okay. Never thought this defense would put up a performance like that. And I think the bye, getting healthy, I'm looking at this as a blip. I hope we never do another Green Bay game night, game day, game morning, and have to have a discussion on, can you believe this team gave up another 40-burger? Will this defense give up more points in any game the rest of this season than they did tonight?
Yeah, hell no. Question is, what's the most they're going to give up? I'm guessing it'll be on the road.
Certainly seems that way.
Yeah, and when you said the Packers will be okay, I look forward to you in the next bye week explaining exactly what okay means.
Yeah.
Because that's huge. All right, thanks, Tausch.
See you guys.
I'm here for Window Nation. They have a 90% customer satisfaction rate, 90%. And here's something I want to have. They can install in 1 day, depending on the size of the job. They can do it as quickly, and we're getting anywhere to do things for the winter. Yeah, call them. They can get it done in 1 day, depending on the size of the job. This October, eliminate chili drafts for good with Window Nation. Get it done now. Tomorrow, now. Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows, you'll get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 whole years. Hurry, sale ends October the 31st. Schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com. That's windownation.com, and find out how quickly they can get what you want done. You're not doing it right if you don't go with Window Nation. To the callers, Gary Ellerson's going to be around here. And how long will we go? It's 12:26. Just getting warmed up. Oh, baby. Next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
The
Power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale. They take those values to heart with every person the Pella team works with. It's natural to feel a little apprehensive about having someone visit your home, but take it from me and my wife. The brilliant Pella designers immediately put you at ease with their experience and professionalism. We love that initial visit, along with how easy they made it to envision bringing our project to life. Pella is committed to being the company everyone wants to do business with, and they've certainly lived up to that and more. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776.
40-40. You realize how close the Packers were to losing. They had to kick a 53-yard field goal with 9 seconds left in regulation, or they'd have lost the game. That seemed like a little risky, but McManus would have made it probably from 60. Nicholas, you're on Green Bay game morning, wondering how long will this show go? Yes, Nicholas.
Well, I'm up all night because I've got a lot to think about. But number one, I really don't have to think about the decision that Matt LaFleur made because you're right. They tied. They could have lost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that, don't you think they were closer to losing than winning the game?
This tie feels like a tie loss where the Cowboys probably feel more a tie win.
Because of the quality of the teams, but not the game itself. As you're, I mean, I don't know what point in the second half. They're never going to stop them. So they helped out by scoring so quickly on their last series.
I'm glad you said quality because I'm not scared about the defense because I believe in the personnel. But scheme-wise and game plan-wise, there need to be adjustments made, especially I just think overall pressure. I don't know if Jeff Hafley is maybe sacrificing some of his scheme ideas to try to make Micah more like the show, only bringing 4 a lot when you could be pressuring because Xavier McKinnon's a single high safety.
Yeah, you may have I just never thought they had any pressure the whole game.
I know. And it looked basic, but this is a stinker. This was a stinker, and this is a perfect time for a bye. My only concern is how they will react coming out of the bye week because I am in Cincinnati, so I'm not going to try to make this Bengals talk by any means, but that Cincinnati Bengals team is 2-1 right now and in second place in that AFC North. If they pull something out in Denver, they're a hot team. They're a hot team.
Well, no, it's like, to me, it was the way you expected them to come out against Dallas. Packers did it. But then the way you expected them to come out in the second half, given that they really shouldn't have been in that situation. And they came out and they scored a touchdown. They made Dallas punt on their first possession in the second half, and the Packers scored to go up 4. Oh, but wait. Then Dallas scored a touchdown. Well, the Packers came back and scored again. Oh, wait. Dallas scored another touchdown. And then the Packers, 10 plays, 80 yards to go ahead again. Oh, wait. And then Dallas scored another touchdown. And their only problem was that touchdown. They scored so quickly. Like I thought, who was it down in the touchdown? Was it Pickens? I thought Pickens was going to not try to get into the end zone and go down like the 1 yard line, then because they could get a touchdown, and then the Packers wouldn't have a chance to tie the game with a field goal. But yeah, that would have been right. So that's where you think that's how a team responds, and they didn't. So we'll see how they respond after the bye. But
one more thing on an up note, Jordan Love, his rushing so far this season has increased. I think week one he had maybe 8 yards, and then it increased to maybe it was less than that, but then he got to double digits. Then this week it was 28.
Right. I mean, we're learning. It's clear he was hurt last year and couldn't do what he can do in various situations when he wants to, right?
I guess I'll end with this, though. A caller who just called in recently said he's a little concerned about Matthew Golden. I'm not. He just turned 22 years old. He's played in the NFL for 1 month. What's your panic level on Matthew Golden?
None. He looks good. If they'd have gotten the ball to him, he'd already have a couple of touchdowns there. I don't know how anybody can't be impressed and not think as rookies that often in Green Bay as a wide receiver. Sometimes you just don't generally do that much. But like today, he was the one. Dobbs had 3 touchdown passes, but on the 4th and 6th, when they had to get a field goal to tie the game, he made the catch. So, yeah, I don't.
We got to get him on the team. He can't be returning kicks. He can't be returning punts.
Again, I can't defend that other than that all the great Packer wide receivers all seemed to do it when they were real young. Robert Brooks did it. Antonio Freeman did it. So, I don't. They took him off tonight, though. They put Dobbs on it after he almost got killed.
God, he got hit hard.
Yes. Yeah. No, I mean, when anything goes bad in anything, I'm just blaming Bisaccia. I didn't think that special teams could be that bad in this new kickoff. They get back to the 47-yard line, and I want to go watch the tape because I don't think anybody touched the guy. Like it was a track meet. All right, we're returning kicks against the Packers. All right, imagine it's a 100-yard dash. Just run straight. Nobody will touch you till about the 50-yard line. So I wish they would have kicked it into the end zone so that the team would get it at the 35 because that's better than we normally do. So, all right, thanks for the call. We're going to break, and Gary Ellerson is here. And, yes, he told me, Homer, he just calmed down. But even I can't believe he's going to say he thought that Dallas had put up 40 on the Packer defense. But we'll find out next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
I got to
experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash Game Show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at Potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts. Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Milwaukee, it's officially time for October baseball. The energy is electric, the city is buzzing, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Carbless. Carbless is the ready-to-drink cocktail that keeps fans cheering. No sugar, full of flavor, and always refreshingly delicious. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, celebrating downtown, or gathering with friends at home, Carbless is your go-to for every big hit, every clutch play, and every Brewers moment. So crack open a Carbless, raise it high, and toast to October baseball in Milwaukee, because nothing goes better with the big stage in baseball than finding your bliss. Visit drinkcarbless.com and see where Carbless is located nearest to you.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Call the Carbless Talk and Text Line, 800-990-3776.
That's Gary Ellison in the background. By the way, I do want to mention, because he's there tomorrow from, do you do 6 to 8? Is 6 to 7? How long is the thing at Potawatomi with you and Greg, man?
Yeah, 6 to 8 o'clock.
6 to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee
Sportsbook.
has dozens of self-serve kiosks and over 2,000 square foot video wall, seating for over 200, full restaurant and bar, VIP deck and more. It's a sports betting paradise. No, it's a sports paradise. Of course, they want you to bet, and most people do, but you need to know that if you went there one time just to see a sporting event and you weren't going to bet, everything they do, from food to everything about it, you'll go, oh, man, this is great. And I can bet, too. So they've figured out we want to have a great place that's a sports paradise, and it's also a sports betting paradise. Am I overselling it?
Well, no, because I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
The fried chicken is unbelievable.
Add that to the list.
The fried chicken, if you haven't had the fried chicken at Potawatomi Sportsbook, if you haven't had it, you're missing.
And I want to emphasize, even if you don't like that and you like other stuff, the food is that good.
Is that good?
Because generally,
I'm just telling you, it's my favorite.
All right. So we got Potawatomi in there,
chicken
and they
wrap
deserve
too
it.
is really good.
All right. See, everything about
chicken
that.
wrap's on point.
Yes. The way they have the table set up, everything, all the different cameras. It's just, the one TV is so big, it's the size of Rhode Island. So you're watching whatever sporting event. All right. You told me, Homer, calm down. But even you didn't anticipate this. Come on.
See, it's still early in the season.
I get that.
And that's why you need to slow your roll a little bit. Because you don't know what you have. You don't know what they are. It's a new team. They don't practice anymore. They don't hit anymore. They don't play any preseason games anymore. For long, you're only going to have 2 preseason games. You don't get to see these dudes. They're not together.
To let you know, you're not the only one saying that. I don't remember who it was, but they said, it was Steve Young. They asked him about a team. He says, this is just the preseason.
It's all this is.
I said, no, this is not the preseason. Nope. But he's saying September. He doesn't really count anything till like November.
You don't know what you have.
Right, but
you just don't. And I'm not Steve Young. He played 100 years. I played 3. You just don't know what you got. 1 year on injury reserve, so 4, but they don't count them because they only pay me for the 3, so that's fine.
You don't count it. They count it. You don't count it.
But you just don't know what you have. And what you're seeing now with the Packers is what we've been talking all along is the offensive line is the issue. The offensive line was the issue in preseason, training camp. You move Elton Jenkins to center. He's not playing well at center. I think he played better this game. Last game, he was horrible against Cleveland. And so you got that situation. Left guard you brought in from San Francisco. He's been hurt the whole time. Sean Ryan, can he just stop having pre-snap penalties? I don't know. Right tackle's a revolving door. You got Kennard over there. Belton's now, he's hurt. So I say all this is that I used to tell my teams when I coached at Brookfield East, although Brookfield East lost to Muskego the other night in high school
Thanks,
football.
we needed that.
Yeah. I coached at Brookfield East and at Muskego High School. That was something to go. But I used to say to my offensive line, because I was a running back, I used to say, so goes the line, so goes the team. So goes the team, so goes the line. The offensive line is the meat and potatoes of a team. And if you don't have that, you're not going to be very good.
You didn't say defensive line. You said offensive
line.
But that's because you're a running back.
Well, but the offensive line is the key to it.
You're not saying that because you're a running back. You're saying doesn't matter what position you play.
Yeah.
More important than the quarterback.
It's the offensive line. So goes the line, so goes the team.
Wow.
If any of my guys out there from Brookfield or
You don't have to
Little
be.
League
They could be from
or
Tennessee or UCLA.
I'm just saying,
It
all the
applies.
kids that I coach,
They learned that
that's
same
what
thing.
I preach. So goes the line, so goes the team, so goes the team.
Does that mean you wash
so
their
goes the
cars
line.
if they're on the offensive line?
No,
or
I'm
what?
not doing all that.
No, but I mean, so what does it mean to a player on those teams? Okay, if I was on the teams, I go, oh, okay, coach, but I'm not on the offensive line. So what am I supposed to do to take advantage of this information you're
that's
giving
the
us?
importance of the team. So those guys got to be taken care of. And that's how you win or lose games. And you look at the Green Bay Packers right now, that's their problem. And the other problem is that we beat Detroit, who's a playoff team.
Correct.
We beat the Commanders, who's the NFC Championship game.
Correct.
We lose to the lowly Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And we tie to a Dallas Cowboys team defensively that was last in every statistical category that was out there. So we got way over our skis with the first 2 wins. I think if things were reversed and if we had lost to the Lions and the Commanders and beat the Cowboys and the Browns, I think Packer fans would feel better about themselves.
I'm feeling like home and away. Like in all sports. It doesn't start till you win on the road. You got to prove you can do it on the road.
Earlier when we were
Yes, you
talking
did.
about going on the road. We were talking about Clemson. It's going to be tough.
So if they had beaten either Detroit or Washington on the road, it would have been fair and appropriate to make it of a slightly greater note than, he started at home. We took care of business at home. All right. Larry in California.
Yeah.
One of our great fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it away, Larry. You're on
guys
with Gary
have heard
Ellison.
Okay, you guys have heard the phrase of winning is like kissing your sister.
Winning is like
No,
kissing
a tie is like kissing.
No,
your
a tie,
sister.
no. Right, it's like it's a tie. And the way the Packers played tonight, I'm taking back my 11 wins for the season. There's no way. There's no way this team is going to get more than 7.
No, Larry, no more than 7?
No, I'm serious. Homer, this game should not have gone the way it did. There's no way. Jordan Love still doesn't run the ball enough. He should be adding another dimension to the game that the Packers need, and he's just not performing. I'm almost thinking,
Larry, they put up
and I had
40
a weird thought.
points.
Who's not performing?
He wants Jordan Love, I think, to run the ball more, to use his athleticism
Wait a minute.
more.
So you're saying Jordan Love?
Right.
So you saying Jordan Love is not performing?
No, just that aspect, just the running part of it.
In that aspect, I mean,
he's not a running QB.
I don't know.
He's not a running QB. But didn't he break one long run tonight to push him over the top?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which was what, 20 plus yards?
Yeah,
20 plus yards or something like that?
Did he do that tonight?
He did. Yes, he had one like that. Yeah.
Well, that's funny. I watched the whole game and I don't even remember that.
Well, they had a penalty. I think
of course you don't remember.
I think there was a penalty, and
of
then
course
they
you don't
called
remember
it back.
Because here we go. Because you people, all you guys can do is call in and complain about Jordan Love when he's not really the problem.
I don't. No one's complained about him.
Matt LaFleur is the problem, and I told Homer last week they ought to get rid of him and get another coach because he's been there 7 years now, and he hasn't been in the Super Bowl.
And hire who?
Well, I told Homer last week that Bill Belichick should be available if they can buy out his contract, but I haven't heard anything
What
yet.
is wrong
I haven't
with
heard
you?
him knocking on the door.
Bill Belichick? Come on, man. Fire
What do you
Matt
mean?
LaFleur
Come on, man, Gary. He's a proven winner. He's a proven winner. People will respect
Bill
him.
Belichick
The
can't
players
get out
would
of his own
respect
way
him.
right now. What is he doing? Has North Carolina won again? What is wrong with this guy?
Help him out. Help Larry out.
Taking phone calls.
Yeah, help
from
Larry
this guy?
out. That's what you're here. Help Larry
Has
out.
Belichick, have they won a game this year?
Gary.
Yes,
What?
I believe they did win a game.
Gary, why don't you join the coaching staff of the Packers
I don't
then,
have
if
time
you don't
for
like
that.
the idea?
I want to sit where I'm sitting right now with Homer. Doing that.
Yeah.
What is wrong? What's wrong with you people calling in, talking about Jordan Love's the problem and firing Matt LaFleur? What is? Is these the kind of phone calls you've been getting all night?
No, Larry's just
Well, Larry's eccentric.
Yes, I mean I said to you I'd fire Bisaccia. I got a week
fine.
off. I got a bye week.
That's
I
not
can
happening. That's not happening.
Probably not.
Larry, anything else?
But the question isn't that's not happening. Do you think
Larry
that's
done?
I think Larry
Thank
is.
you.
Do you think that's an appropriate?
No.
You don't think Bisaccia should get fired?
No. We got to address that after the season.
Okay.
He's too big. He's too big.
Important.
Yeah.
All right.
In the organization. To
How
pull
bad
that
does he
plug.
have to be?
Well, we'll have to see how the season plays out. But
All right.
after 4 games, he's too big in the organization
Okay.
to pull a plug like that. I mean, that would be like ESPN letting Homer go. Too big.
Nice. All right. 1-800-990-3776. Give it your best shot. Gary Ellerson is here. I always ask questions I want an answer to. You've coached, I don't know how many years. Have you ever coached in high school someone who you believed was as good a high school player as you were?
No.
Okay. That's what I love about you.
I didn't
the
think
honesty.
about that. No.
Yeah. 1-800-990-3776. We might go to 3, but Gary will not be here until 3. He's already told me that. Got to figure out when Jason Wilde's going to be here. All right, what? I did not appropriate. We'll take a break, and then I'm going to ask you for your opening statements.
No, I already gave him a statement.
It's still the offensive line.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
They gave up 40 points. Their defense was horrible, and you're still thinking
Well,
of
we
the
didn't see that
offensive
coming.
line. No kidding.
We didn't see that coming.
Yes.
So
This will be like a donkey winning the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, and
I didn't see that coming
And I
either.
think what we're going to find out.
What are we going to? Yeah,
after
yes.
the bye week.
Yeah.
We're going to see some tweaks in the defense.
What makes you say that?
Because Micah Parsons can be better than what he is with us.
Are they ready? Do you think they're still not playing him as much?
Yeah, he's still not. He's still rotating in.
Does that make you think he's got some sort of injury they're
I
not
don't know.
telling us about?
But that's the Packer way. They don't want to overwork a dude. I mean,
okay,
Micah Parsons. They take him into the tent. They say they had a concussion. You didn't have a concussion. He hurt his back. I mean, the Packers always err on the side of caution, but I just think they want to work him in slowly. I think after the bye week, he'll get more playing time. But I think what they're gonna have to do with Micah Parsons is to be a little bit more creative with him in this defense. and they're not.
So that he can get to the quarterback?
So he can get to the quarterback or cause more confusion.
He almost got to him once today, and he was about ready to knock the ball away.
He had a sack
and then
today.
the guy, but he did. And then the guy behind him.
How do they call that a sack?
Well, because he ran down the quarterback.
Fine.
And it was a 1-yard loss.
I didn't see. I thought it was a 1-yard gain.
If it's then we're
I
getting.
didn't see it.
That's what we're getting. That's the debate over what has to be the finish to be a sack. I thought it was a minus play.
Yeah.
But and then there was another play where he just about got to the ball, but it looked like the offensive lineman just fell on him so that he couldn't go back and get Prescott. All right, we will get to. I'll have a couple things wondering about your second opening statement. Packers and the Cowboys tie 40-40. For someone who didn't watch the game, Gary, what's the one thing you think is most to tell them about the game?
Was one thing to tell them most?
So, like I would say this. Understand they tied, but they very, 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 very easily could have lost that game. And you can be disappointed in a tie against the Cowboys, but as the game went on, I thought it was more likely they were going to lose than win.
Well, I think what I hang my hat on, and I may be consistent with this, and just so you know, people, we've been doing this, well, I've been doing this for 30 years. It is tough to be consistent in this business because things change all the time. So your ideas, hang your hat on Jordan Love. He brought you back time and time again.
Yep.
When the defense gave up 40 points. That wasn't supposed to happen.
You know what that
He ain't going to win them all.
You know what that tells me? As I said, that tells me if that defense gets good, you can win a Super Bowl with that guy playing quarterback.
They got something.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But
now, is he Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre? No. He today not a Hall of Famer. I didn't know Brett Favre was a Hall of Famer in year number 2. I didn't know Rodgers was a Hall of Famer year 2 or 3. But he's not a Hall of Famer. Matter of fact, I saw Brett Favre on the sideline tonight.
He looked old.
Well, we all do.
You don't look old.
We all do. I said we. That means you. We all
I didn't.
do.
I said, I know I look old.
We all do.
You know why I look old?
Why?
Because I am old. I should look old.
You're fine.
All right. Okay. All right. 1-800-990. Gary Ellerson with you, or if you don't have any calls, it'll be with me next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guaranteed choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
For every athlete, every fan. Whether you're suiting up your team or rallying your fan base, Alpha Custom Apparel brings fresh, affordable designs to the field, court, or stands. We outfit schools, clubs, leagues, and fans with gear that turns heads and builds pride. Need uniforms, spirit wear, or fan merch in a hurry? Our quick turnaround and unbeatable Midwest-based service means you'll be ready for game day in style. Quality designs, comfortable fits, local service you can trust. Create with us at alphacustomapparel.com.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
The Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys played to a 40-40 tie. Many may not have known that they changed the rules. The overtime rules are now the same in the regular season as they are in the playoffs, which means if the it's different when the team that wins the toss says we will receive. If you had a benefit by getting the ball first, you would never choose to play defense. But if you know that even if the other team scores, you get a chance to match it or beat it, then you're always going to want to go second. You always want to know what you need. For example, the Packers, knowing they needed a field goal, had a 4th down, and I think it was 4th and 6, in which they had a big pass to Golden. Well, if they had gotten the ball first, they're not going on 4th and 6 at their own 24-yard line. That's too risky. Make it easy for the other team to score. But if they already got a field goal, so somebody will figure out the stats on that. And people will always take the
Which
second.
do you like better? You like the college overtime or NFL overtime? Football.
I like the college overtime.
Better.
I would make some changes possibly
to
it.
I didn't ask you that. Which do you like better now, as it exists?
As it exists.
The college football overtime or the NFL?
College.
Yeah, I like NFL better.
You like the NFL better?
Yeah.
Because?
Too much, all that college stuff, too much jick-jacking around. This is it. We got this amount of time. That's it. Boom, boom. We're done.
So you would limit it. That you like the 10 minutes.
We're not scoring 100 points.
All right. Well, then I think you could do that.
Yeah, but they don't. So we're not.
But if they shortened it to 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
You're not doing that? And that, I think, is really wise because in the regular season, it just doesn't mean as much. And
right.
So, fine. So we got 10 minutes, and they've changed the rules.
2-1-1. That tie is a big deal, just so you know.
Well, only if you are preferring it to a loss.
I'm referring to it as a win.
It's a half a win.
Yeah, it's a half a win in the standings.
Do you feel? Let me get the question that was put up here because I think.
What's the question you brought up here earlier?
No, the person says I feel worse about the Packers after this game. I definitely feel worse.
No, I don't.
But that makes sense given what you're trying to tell people before this game.
Yeah,
you don't like the game, but you're not going to be. There's nothing that's going to happen that's going to.
It's too early. You don't know what this team is.
Yeah, I did.
Homer, they're playing without their two leading receivers from last year. Jokers ain't nowhere to be seen.
Correct.
They're only going to get better.
I don't know if the ones that they're missing are that much better than the ones that are playing.
They are.
Okay. All right. Well, then.
Matthew Golden, if you saw Matthew Golden in college and you see Matthew Golden now, not the same guy. Not the same guy.
And explain what you mean.
His confidence is not there as it was. That dude was amazing at Texas. He's just okay right now. Like, he is like I don't want to make a mistake kind of right now how he's playing. He's playing very timid right now, but still making plays. But the case in point, the throw last week where he just kind of ran out of bounds, all he wanted to do was catch the ball and get a first down. That's all he wanted to do. He doesn't, he's not, he just want to do the right thing, but now he's not.
Doesn't want to mess up.
Don't want to screw it up.
And he never thought about that in college.
Never thought about it.
It's like, you know what I'm going to do in college?
Wide open.
I'm going to wow you. That's what I'm going to do.
Wide open. He's not the same guy. Have you seen him? Did you see him in college?
I did see some of
You
that.
see him now?
Well, but that's the difference between college and the pros.
It's not the same guy.
Well, no, but that's true of 99%.
That's why I'm telling you, they're missing their two leading receivers. It goes back to that. So now I got Savion Williams. I got Matthew Golden, these two young rookies I got to kind of rely on. Then Romeo Dobbs has kind of been a godsend. I mean, who would ever thought that dude would play like he's playing right now after not showing up for practice?
Yes.
Because y'all was ready to throw that dude out last year.
Yes, understandably so.
But I wasn't. Because he's a young dude. He's learning.
Right.
You got to figure it out, dude.
And
you can't just sit home. What are you thinking, bro?
It's impressive when then given a chance that you respond like that. And I think that's what you'd say about Jordan Love. One of the most impressive things is he forgets quickly and can come back. I mean, he did. This is 2 weeks in a row where he's the most unlucky player because we could be spending all the time talking about him. Last week, if they don't have the field goal block, then he's the guy. Now, granted, it didn't require that much, but it's still, when you screw up, then athlete's capable of getting in that screw-up mode where you just have a bad day. No, come bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Didn't matter what they did.
Right.
He had an answer today.
Absolutely.
That should have been good enough to win.
Every time. And Micah Parsons talked about that tonight. He said, we failed them.
Yeah.
We will be the defensive side of the ball.
Right. Yeah. I would hope the defensive players would say they can't comprehend they were that bad.
Yeah.
I don't.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So then how do you, and I never go, how you respond? Well, you will either prove that by how you play or you won't.
Or you won't.
1-800-990-3776. 108. How long is Gary Ellison going to stay? Jason Willey's on next segment. You want to stay with him and that be your last? You're gone?
Good.
You're gone?
Yeah. You can finish out with Jason.
All right, we're not even close to finishing. I have like 10 commercials left. What do you want to leave? What you said before the game? Still too early. When will you not say it's still too early?
I'm getting close. Because really after week 4, you kind of should know what you have.
I know less now than before.
Well, really after week 4, you kind of know what you have. But because of the injuries, you don't know. So what you're saying.
Well, no, I'm talking about defense. I'll give you a good example.
I think that's going to get worked out.
Is it?
Yeah.
You can play this bad? Let me example. I'm play-by-play for your high school team.
Yeah.
And Gary Ellison fumbles once.
Yeah.
Whatever. Gary Ellison fumbles 6 times in a game. I go, well, that's what the defense did to me tonight.
Yeah, and you know they won't fumble 6 times again.
Do I?
That's a rarity.
Then can I question how good they are if they can be this bad, or is it just one game? They got to do it again.
It's just one game.
All right.
One game.
Okay. So you don't think any differently of the defense?
No. I think they're going to be better than what they are.
Because they haven't figured out how to use Parsons yet.
Correct. I suggest, if you haven't heard it, listen to his presser tonight.
We know that. Do you think Jerry Jones is happy?
Absolutely. It's a win for him.
It's a win for him.
Win-win for Jerry.
Yes.
I told you so.
Yeah.
Giving them 2 first-round picks.
Yes, and Parsons did something in terms of maybe having a play at the end of the game, but it didn't cost them.
Right.
He could have had the
they did everything in their power to stay away from him.
Right, but he could have had the final word if the Packers would have won after saving that. I think that Prescott probably would have scored.
Yeah.
Campbell was there.
Yeah.
Or Cooper was there, but he didn't hit anybody.
No.
He didn't tackle anybody all game.
No.
All right. 6 to 8 tomorrow night.
Yes.
Potawatomi Sportsbook with Greg Matzek.
Yes. And that show, Homer, this is more reactionary, and that's why you're so great at what you do.
It's a day later at reaction.
This is right after you slept on it.
Right. But you don't change much.
No.
You're after game reaction.
I don't, but our callers do.
No, people do.
People do.
People do.
Yeah. After listening to you.
You people are a little bit smarter after a day than they are now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Gary Ellison. And next is Jason Wilde.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Kyle Bruston Nortman.
They dominated this team from start to finish.
KBN.
And what Micah Parsons is able to do is unlock the entire defense to be even more confident because they know they have an all-pro that affects the game on so many levels.
Kyle Bruston Nortman. Afternoons from 2 to 5 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Well, you and we make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going to go off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app, use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part, your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
At Citizens Bank, we believe banking is more than transactions. It's about being recognized and remembered. It's feeling like you're understood and supported along the way. It's the small stuff that says, we know you. Because when your bank gets you, banking just feels better. Citizens Bank. Bank where you belong. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/belong. Citizens Bank is member FDIC.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Packers and the Cowboys, a 40-40 tie. Yes. Understandable that you view it as a loss. Everyone should. You figure the Packers are better than the Cowboys. They shouldn't have tied. However, in following and watching the game, as the game went on for much of the second half or even overtime, I thought that it was more likely the Packers would lose the game. And as I've emphasized, 5 of 6 series in a run after Wyatt got hurt, Dallas scored touchdowns. 5 of 6. And the only reason the Packers had time to kick a field goal at the end of regulation is Dallas scored so quickly. 5 of 6 touchdowns. All right, joining us now is Jason Wilde. Can't wait to let him say whatever it is he wants to lead with regarding the Packers' 40-40 tie with the Dallas Cowboys. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. I kind of wanted to have my headline say Packers lose 40-40.
That would be a great headline. Someone else suggested that.
Because that really is how it feels. I mean, Josh Jacobs flat out said it after the game. And you know, I saw what Tausch said about not seeing this coming from the defense. He did say that the Packers needed to put up a 40 burger to feel good about it, but I don't think he feels good about it because, you know, the one thing that we thought we knew about this team was that they were going to be really good defensively. They came in leading the league in scoring defense, and they allowed 40 points, or 38 if we're not counting the 2-point conversion going the other way on the blocked extra point. I just, you know, I always try to be the voice of reason, and there's been times when I've crowned people or teams prematurely and gotten ahead of myself. And I still felt like after they went 2-0 that I wanted to see more from the offense, but I was sold, man. Like, I was making jokes about how you got to come up with different things that Jeff Hafley does. You know, he's not a good tipper, or making stuff up to say, you know, nobody should want him because the Packers want to keep him for another year as the defensive coordinator. And watching them tonight, like the missed tackles, they're still not taking the ball away. Like, as good as they were for the first 3 games, you know, I don't know if anybody could have seen this coming. It was the one thing we thought we knew about this team. And so, you know, I thought Jordan Love was fantastic for 98% of the game. Look, they got the running game going, which you didn't think they would be able to do behind a makeshift offensive line. The special teams were still an issue, which, again, it's incredible to me that it just, no matter who is the head coach, no matter who is the coordinator, just feels like they're always one of those teams that just, they have things that go awry constantly in that phase of the game. And Micah Parsons made one play, but it probably saved them from losing the game. So those were all the things that were rattling around in my head. And then Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur and the rest of the offense, it's not just Jordan Love, I shouldn't say that, but they almost managed to squander their chances of even getting a tie because of the way they managed or mismanaged the clock at the end of overtime.
Yeah, that it just made me think of the end of the Cleveland game. I can't comprehend that. There's no, they were lucky. They were lucky that they were able to get the last field goal off. I don't think there's any other way to put it.
Yeah, I just don't what I didn't understand, because I went and watched it back right away, and they were all just so lackadaisical. I don't know if they didn't understand.
No, I can tell. I can answer this. I don't even have to ask. I know for sure. There are teams and coaches that situationally do stuff all the time. LaFleur clearly doesn't do it. There's no way. It can't all be that stupid. It's not possible. They don't situationally do stuff to where this or this amount of time. There must not be enough practice time, or they just don't do it. If you can't, it's not possible to be that bad. But if you don't go over it, or have, this is what the rule is, this is how much time you want, or something like that, or right? I mean,
I don't know about that.
Right.
To me, it looked as if, and again, you're right. Maybe they don't practice it enough, and that's why they look so laissez-faire. But it was almost as if they didn't quite understand the urgency after the ball got completed in bounds. And again, I don't know what Tucker Kraft is thinking, or Matthew Golden, or whomever else, but it just felt like there was this sort of, we got plenty of time. And, the fact that they managed to have one tick left on the clock, which allows them, they should have lost.
They were so lucky.
They handled
but it's just like the week before when they basically assisted the Cleveland Browns having enough time to get their kickoff or get their field goal to win the game. Any team I've ever watched, they have a process of delaying that as much as possible. In every game I've seen, the defensive team, where the Packers were, would have prevented that field goal from taking place. Every time. If you wait that late to get the pass completed in the center of the field. And somebody can look that up with AI about the number of seconds you normally leave. Because they have...
I rely on your...
no, AI is the best there is. Because it'll have the stat for all the times that this occurred and how much time you need to have when the pass is completed. And now we've had 2 games in a row where it's just bad high school stuff. But again, if you don't address that and people don't know those things, then it can happen. Because you're right. They're lucky they didn't lose this game. And can you imagine the discussion?
Yeah, it would be rough. There's no...
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, I just... the problem is that there were... And there's no one here, myself included, is going to put a happy face on this. But this is what happens when you mishandle some critical moments. I still don't understand. I understand being greedy, and I guess that's the only way to describe it. But the way they handled the end of the half, you're not expecting a catastrophic turnover there, but they really were not in a great place to make something good happen anyway.
They had 3rd and 10 at their own 20 with 29 seconds left. And then they threw the pass to Tucker Kraft for 12 yards. So now they're on 32 with 21 seconds left.
Yeah, but for that to happen, they were being aggressive. And, one moment we're criticizing Matt LaFleur for not being aggressive enough. And then the next moment we're saying, well, he was too aggressive at the end of the half. But my point is that they made so many mistakes that there were some encouraging things that happened here. Like offensively, I thought Jordan Love was fantastic. They were 9 of 11 on third down to start the game. I mean, he made some big-time clutch throws again. He used his legs again. They get the running game going. Emmanuel Wilson had a really good day.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs looked more like Josh Jacobs. Their offensive line, which was, sketchy to begin the game, settled in, and they played pretty well, actually. Right? They opened up some holes for their running backs, but you don't, and I'm sure they'll talk about it when they get back from the bye.
Let me just give you the numbers on. So they're down 23-20, and Jordan Love leads them to a touchdown. And then Dallas scores, so they're down 30-27. He leads them to another touchdown, so they're ahead.
Right.
And then Dallas scores, and they're down 3. And the only reason he only got a field goal is because they had 30 seconds left, and he had to go from his own 26. Or he might have scored again and won the game. And we'd like to thank Dallas for scoring so quickly. Otherwise, Packers would have lost the game in regulation. I don't think that Pickens had the guts to just stop at the 1 yard line instead of going in. I think he scored from 28 or something.
I just don't. It's hard for me to appreciate how off we were or how premature we were about crowning the defense. And I believe somebody on this panel said that the division was over.
It was. Yeah, I was wrong. I never envisioned. I didn't envision this, and I'm fine. I got no problem. Gary Ellerson says you can't do anything till like 4 games. Well, maybe I'll have to go to AI and rethink that. Yes, clearly, if your defense is capable of being this bad, you can still think they're good, but you can't guarantee anything. Because Dallas's offense, I'm sorry, is just not that good, as Tausch said, with all the injuries they've had. I mean, they've been pretty good at home.
They did this without CeeDee Lamb.
Yes.
I mean, they did this without CeeDee Lamb and without 2 starting offensive linemen.
Yes.
So that is pretty remarkable.
And it was so easy. I went through one drive. They never even had a third down. I mean, like I said, at the end of regulation, thanks to the great performance by special teams. By the way, if I had been the head coach, I would have told them to kick it into the end zone in overtime and let them start at the 35. That's how little faith I have in that knucklehead. 47-yard line. And then in overtime, they would have been near there again, except that Dallas had the penalty.
The holding penalty, yeah. I was fascinated. Like Brandon Aubrey, has been really impressive as a field goal kicker, right? Like he got off his first year with the Cowboys. He made like his first whatever. But I was impressed that if you can kick the ball into the landing zone and then it goes into the
20
end zone, you only get to the 20. Mm-hmm. That is the secret sauce to the kickoff being to your advantage. And he did it multiple times tonight. Like I was so impressed. He's like a guy who, always sticks that wedge shot, 3 feet from the pin.
He's that good. So then why don't you just run it out from the landing?
Yeah, I don't know why. You could have, but I think his placement was so good. Like I hadn't seen anybody do that before. I was really impressed.
Well, you may be correct, but I swear that Dallas returning the kickoff when he got to 47, I don't think anybody of the Packers touched the kick returner. It's like he's running a 100-yard dash. It's like there's nobody near him. He isn't touched until somebody gets him at the 45, and then it happened again.
There's a kicker on the second time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is he okay?
He talked after the game. He seemed fine, but again, I don't know that for certain, but he appeared to be okay.
So
yes.
we probably should get to the injury. Our injury report presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com today for info or anything else that you would like to add, Jason.
Well, first of all, like the significant injury, and we don't know what it is exactly, but they lose Devontae Wyatt, who, his role became even more important when they included Kenny Clark in the Parsons trade. So, I'm not sure I can draw a direct correlation.
Their defense was fine until he got hurt. Once he got hurt, Dallas scored almost every possession. No, I'll tell you. They
did 5 out of 6.
Right, but Dallas
touchdowns.
in their first 3 possessions had 1 first down.
Yeah, I think they had 26 yards or something.
Right, and then in their fourth possession when they scored, he got hurt when the ball was at midfield. And after he got hurt, touchdown, punt, touchdown.
Yeah.
It may not be him, but it's. If I was his agent, I would be selling that pretty strong. But I will defer to you.
Well, you should be his agent. You sold it very strong, actually.
Well, I mean, the numbers are unbelievable. That's why I was feeling good when it was even 13-2. No problem. Dallas, the Packer defense is fine, and the Packers are moving the ball as they wish, right?
Yes, it certainly looked that way.
Right.
Like it looked like it was going to be a game where the previously unstoppable defense struggled, but still did plenty to win, and that was obviously not the case. Although, again, Micah Parsons tackling his old buddy Dak Prescott from behind for the 0-yard sack
saved a touchdown, probably.
It saved the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they lose the game if he doesn't get them.
Right.
They lose it.
How different do you feel about the defense?
I mean, look, even really good defenses have off games, but not to this degree. Like their tackling was terrible. They have 2 takeaways now in 4 games. And, the old saying in the NFL about how you get what you emphasize, well, they ain't getting that because they emphasized it and it ain't happening. So that's intriguing to me. I want to know why, because I had asked Jeff Hafley multiple questions about it on Thursday, and he said, we trust our process. We're preaching it, we're practicing it, we're focused on it, we're emphasizing it, and that he believed that it would come, and it sure as heck didn't come tonight. The other play that's kind of sneaky that I wasn't there, so I can't ask Keyshawn Nixon. But the one where Dak Prescott is under pressure and he off balance on the run throws that ball down. It's like a 40-some yard game.
Yes.
It looked like Keyshawn Nixon just assumed that the ball was being thrown out of bounds.
I agree.
And he was standing there watching it.
Agree 100%. That was. I don't. Yes, there has to be an explanation for how he responded the way he did.
Yeah, that was just weird. I was and that obviously that sets up a touchdown too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought Dak Prescott was throwing it out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think that guy was going to be there either.
No, I'll stand by. I don't think he did. I mean, the reason is he threw it in a manner that maybe he's saying, so, well, if anybody could catch him, my guy could. But it seems like it was going to be, he's throwing it out of bounds with, I guess you could be that good, where you think there's a possibility it could be caught. But that could have easily been intercepted, too.
Well, if Keyshawn Nixon is playing the ball, it
correct.
Could have been,
yes, if he hadn't just went to get a hot dog, I'm like, I can't. What happened? Reminded me kind of the Seattle, the playoff game, right? Where was it with on one play? We're like, where did they go? What? They were confused. I don't think I've ever seen that. I assumed that if the receiver had to make the play that he did, there was going to be a Packer defensive player around him.
Yeah, that was surprising. I did not see that coming. But again, I also look, guys miss tackles. It happens in games. But like Carrington Valentine had shown no signs of being a guy that was going to make those kind of critical mistakes either in critical moments. Like he had been better than that. And, he makes a couple of really big ones there. I thought before he left with a concussion, speaking of the injury report, I thought Nate Hobbs wasn't very good. And they haven't gotten anything close to what they were hoping for, and obviously injuries have been a part of it. But like, I'm not sure how well Aaron Banks played when he was healthy. So that the two free agent signings, and look, this is not Goody's had a great run, and he has signed some fantastic players, Jacobs and McKinney among them. But the early returns on this year's free agent additions are a lot less positive. And that they've got a lot of football season left, and when Aaron Banks gets healthy, we'll see what he does. But I know, Rob Domofsky said a couple times on our various shows that he talked to people when they first signed him, and they were all very surprised that the Packers paid him what they paid him because they didn't think he was very good. So, he deserves the opportunity to show that. He has not had that. He suffers the injuries in the opener. He misses the second game, came back for the Browns game, leaves that game with an injury, lasted longer than Zach Tom, but he gets injured. He misses this game. I assume their hope is that he'll be back after the bye.
Jason, and then you add Jenkins. It's almost like that whole concept was a mistake.
Yeah, it doesn't look great right now. And Elton had the penalty for moving the ball. Chris Collinsworth was mentioning something on the broadcast about how they, require the center to look back all the time and that's not commonplace. I didn't know that. I had not really heard that discussed. I guess I didn't look that closely at it and compare it to the way Corey Linsley or Scott Wells or Josh Myers did it, but now I have to ask about that because now I'm confused and I don't quite understand what exactly is going on there.
All right. Taj said he needs a bye week to kind of figure out what he's going to think regarding this defense and what's an appropriate analysis of how good they can be.
Yeah, we need to go back into the archives for what he said during the week last week because he basically said that, to feel good about this team, the offense had to put up a 30 burger or a 40 burger, and it did. But I don't think he anticipated it all, the defense giving up a 40 burger as well. So I look forward to this morning's show.
I didn't either. I'm sure you felt the same way.
Of course I did. Yeah, absolutely.
When I look at it, I think, well, it's another one where you say, okay, you've done it at home. Let's see you do it on the road. I think that's a view in sports, in all sports, in terms of the importance to show that you can do it on the road. But I mean, to be fair, they were worse than giving up 40 points.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, the first 3 possessions that Dallas had, they got a grand total of 1 first down. And I would mention one of them was right after the Packers botched the extra point. So it wasn't like, that did change. Now, after that one, then they scored a touchdown in 5 of the next 6 or whatever it was. But there was the one even after the blown extra point. And and I've said it. I fire him now. I can't keep him. After what happened on the kickoffs late in the game in an overtime, there's just a level to how bad you can be, and it's like the block extra point. Did anybody block the guy who? They're screwing things up at a level that doesn't seem possible. And you got bye weeks, so I can find somebody in a week and a half.
There's no way that's happening.
Of course,
if you watch him late in the game, he really relies on Rich Bisaccia as his assistant head coach. They're constantly next to each other he's constantly talking to him.
So I was wrong. Let him be assistant head coach. Just get somebody else to do special teams.
Okay. Well, we can.
It's not going to happen.
I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say that I'm going to join that club, but that's not the worst thing I've heard.
Thank you.
You're
all right.
welcome.
Any final anything that we didn't address or?
No, I
thought of the Domowski when the great catch by Golden. I think is a great catch, where he said he never dropped a pass in all of training camp, because that's one where it could have kind of touched the ground, and I thought that looked like a guy who's never dropped a pass.
Yeah, he was real. I mean, he also looks like a guy who's never returned a punt before.
Yeah, that's
which is also true, because he had not until a couple weeks ago.
What makes them think that they want to do that?
Yeah, well, apparently they don't want to do it anymore, because they gave the job to Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, again, so I always say this: they have a meeting, and somebody says that. I mean, they just clearly think he's so talented that he can do anything. He's never done it before. Fine. Yep. I mean, he never swam the Atlantic Ocean, but we really think he can. So just get him a suit and let's roll. Yeah, that's what it's got to be. Just like with Jordan Morgan, is playing all the different positions. They think he's good enough that he can figure it out, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure they're right about that, but they're going to keep trying it, I assume.
All right, not that many hours before you have your show. Thanks, Jason.
All right, Homer. Good night. Take care. Be good.
Someone is waiting. Packers and the Cowboys, 40-40 tie. We'll get to that person next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
We have had great offenses around here for a long time. And we've sat there, can the defense be good enough? And we have #fired every coordinator on defense we've seen.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We don't need no more fire. The hashtag guys, because Jeff Hafley ain't going to get, you're not going to get hashtagged with Haf, because he's been an absolute home run hire.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale. They take those values to heart with every person the Pella team works with. It's natural to feel a little apprehensive about having someone visit your home, but take it from me and my wife. The brilliant Pella designers immediately put you at ease with their experience and professionalism. We love that initial visit, along with how easy they made it to envision bringing our project to life. Pella is committed to being the company everyone wants to do business with, and they've certainly lived up to that and more. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6.25 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties Frito-Lay Doritos, Sun Chips, Ruffles, or Tostitos Dip, 2 for $7. 24-pack selected varieties Pure Life Water, $3.99. 14-ounce or 3-count selected varieties Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4.5 to 5.3 ounce selected varieties Chobani Flip Greek Yogurt, 2 for $3.
I am starving. Oh no, never walk into a
with Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text Line, 800-990-3776.
I went to a train to analyze my dreams.
How late will this show go? Maybe you'll determine it. 1-800-990-3776. Gary Ellerson on, gone. Mark Tauscher on, gone. Jason Wilde on, gone. I'm Homer. I'm still here. Lace in La Crosse. You're on 94.5 ESPN. 145 and just getting warmed up.
Appreciate taking my phone call, man.
Sure.
Just a head scratcher for today. I'd love to start going 2-0, but I'm like, all right, how does this team face on the road? Offense played well, except for that blunder in the end of the first half, and it almost should have been 0 on the second. But, defense, I'm wondering, it was sloppy tackling. The secondary had some big holes in the second half. I mean, I know there's questions when Jair laps, but, it just seemed to have big holes, especially with that Prescott throw. I'm like, I don't know, Nixon looked like he gave up. And, I'm not ready to hit the panic button yet, but, it was a head scratcher, definitely, especially how they started the first 3 games.
Yeah, no, they Dallas 3 and out, 1 first down, 3 and out. After that, touchdown. Then the second half, punt, touchdown, and then a field goal in overtime. It's hard to comprehend that. I mean, usually, if a team's going to score touchdown, field goal, punt, touchdown, field goal, nothing, touchdown, punt, touchdown. How is that? How does that happen, Lace? Tell me.
I mean, sloppy tackling. I mean, I usually in the first one, I've seen there's at least 3 guys flying to the ball.
Yes, we didn't hear anything today about flying to the ball, because if you fly to the ball that well and then still don't tackle, then the flying to the ball isn't a plus, right? It's more of an indication of how bad your tackling must be. Because even if you didn't tackle well, if you got 100 people around there, somebody should just run into somebody, right?
Eventually, at least corral them up and then eliminate those angles for the offensive to go anywhere. But they just seem to have good gaps, and then. It's like I said, you're not going to be perfect every time, but, it's interesting how they did on the road compared to, the first 2 games at home. Anybody can win at home, but it's how can you adjust that to playing on the road? I mean, offense balled out. I mean, man, Dobbs probably needs to get some more love for what he's been doing.
Yes, he was good. And Golden made the big catch when they needed it. And there are things we could discuss, Lace, that would be things you need to bring up, or they would have lost the game. Golden would have been correct, 4th and 6th on their 24. And again, they benefited from the overtime where they decided they wanted the ball second. So after the field goal on 4th and 6, it can be 4th and 16 from your own 24. You don't care. You got to go for it because you got to score a field goal to keep the game going, at least a field goal. So, and the other part was that The only reason the Packers got a chance to tie the game at the end of regulation is because the Cowboys scored so quickly. 1st and 10 at the 47. 2nd and 10 at the 47. A 19-yard pass and a 28-yard pass, and they're in the end zone because, of course, the pathetic kick return coverage where they allowed Dallas to start at their 47. And I'd like you to look at that, Lace, because I don't believe anybody touched the person returning the kickoff.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it seems so simple. It's easier said than done based on me just calling in and watching the game besides those guys on the field. But, you take that momentum away instead of going on the 45 or midfield, and you just need 2 plays to get a field goal.
And you needed them to score that quickly, otherwise you wouldn't have got yes. No, I was suggesting that, and it brought up that when you kick it out of the end zone, they get it at the 35, which seems like that's too good, but not compared to what you're giving them normally. And I would emphasize, in overtime, if it had not been for the penalty, I think they would have gotten it past the 40 again, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So it wasn't like, well, yeah, Homer, it just had that struggle. No, we saw it again not that long later, and they, again, seemed to have a 100-yard dash. All right, catch the ball, just run straight for 40 yards. No one will touch you. But
I mean, it's a big issue when your kicker's the one that has to initiate the tackle and stop.
Yes, and you're worried about him being hurt.
But again, I don't know if firing anybody's going to fix the issue since it's been a curse. And
I believe. Yes, I believe. I can guarantee you, I can fix the issue. I got a week and a half to hire somebody, and yes, there are people out there that can easily resolve just incredible problems. Like I'd like to check again to watch it on the blocked extra point. I swear that person just came through like they were ordering a hot dog and picking it up.
He looked like he was untouched.
Yes. Now, here's what I want to say. That can never happen. We've watched things get blocked for a long time. And the only time it ever happens where someone is if they come around the outside and because they're, they know the angles and how much time. But things happen with his special teams. And you go, I've never seen that before. Or, as we alluded to, the long returns. Like you're watching special teams now on kickoffs, and generally most of them, they're happy if they get to the 30, or there just doesn't seem to be anything explosive at all, with rare exceptions. And this guy catches the ball right about the goal line and just sprints for 45 yards. Nobody's near him. Where the hell are the players? So he's done things that all of us who've watched the game, yourself included, going, I've never seen that before. How does that happen? The same on this blocked extra point. The field goal maybe would have been different. The guy had blocked a number of them. But if this guy's had a number of them blocked, what's the number one priority in terms of when we're, protecting for a field goal, right? I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Got to take care of that guy. Oh, wait, that guy just did it again. So, and Jason and Mark Tauscher told me, right, it's just not going to happen. Well, then because he's a confident, that's fine. Then let him be the associate head coach. Just fire him from special teams. No, I don't. There are 20 guys. There are 50 guys out there that you can find and hire that would take the job. And special teams.
Do I dare state that this is going to be something that costs us a game to get a certain home field advantage for playoffs or kill us in the playoffs?
Yes, that's my question.
That's his job, and all of a sudden it's just that one little thing.
My answer is yes. And I'm not worth the risk. I'm not willing to take the risk.
Rodgers got.
What?
Love balled out, and he's getting the Rodgers treatment where defense gets up 40 or special teams. Pulls a blunder. Yeah. He does everything he could and then just sits on the sideline and be like, what the hell do I do?
Yes. All right. Your final word, Lace. You can say whatever you want. You get 30 seconds. I will not interrupt. And will watch the clock to make sure that I don't. However you want to mention that you think is more important or the most important regarding the game. And Lace at 1:54 a.m. on this new show, Green Bay Game Morning, not night. Take it away.
You know what? Let's see how they adjust to it. I think maybe there's a good timing with hopefully getting healthy, bouncing back, regroup, be collective, maybe, I don't know, relax 2.0. This offense seems to be clicking well. Just get more into it. I don't know. Just don't try to be too – go for the kill if you need to instead of being too worried about the other team. I don't know. I think they've learned from this. Hopefully they'll get better. It's early in the season. But you know what? You can't afford to have these mistakes, and hopefully special teams doesn't bite us in the ass.
Thanks, Lace. And I would add one thing to that. There's got to be a way to get more out of Micah Parsons, right?
I think there needs to be more stunts and twists.
Well, or they're going to start putting in more plays. We'll address that, like what percentages and stuff like that. But that would be another positive. It's not an if, because we know it's going to happen, him making more plays, which will assist in a defense never playing this year like it did today, right?
Absolutely.
Thanks for the call. We have
Appreciate it.
Jerry coming up. It'll be close to 2 a.m. next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hungry for something fresh and delicious? Get your favorites from Cousin Subs delivered straight to your door. From our freshly baked bread and hand-sliced meats and cheeses to our famous sides, crispy golden fries, Wisconsin cheese curds, or creamy mac and cheese. Every meal made to order and ready to enjoy. Ordering is quick and easy online or through the Cousins app, whether it's a solo lunch, family dinner, or a spread for the whole crew. Let us bring it straight to you, fast and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale Roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
Now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health. getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. September is here and the kids are back in school. Vacations are winding down. And for a lot of us, that means one thing: time to refocus on the house. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest and no pressure. Don't wait for the first freeze to realize your windows aren't cutting it. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. You'll be ahead of the game, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
It has not changed. Packers 40, Cowboys 40, but there were moments where very easily the Packers could have lost the game. So while you're not happy with a loss, realize, or with the tie, very easily could have been a loss. Jerry in Germantown. It is 2 a.m. Oh, baby. Do we need to do a ID? Do they do that anymore in radio? I didn't know if they did. All right, take it away, Jerry. You might be the last caller, but maybe not.
Hey, that'd be an honor. Hey, Homer, on that blocked extra point, that guy on the end had 3 guys to guard, which obviously impossible. He called the tackle over, who took the guy far to the left of the 3. Then he went to block the middle guy, missed him, but he also was slow enough to try to give the guy on the edge some stop because he was just overwhelmed. I've seen that 3 times in the last 2 weeks, not just on the Packers, on other teams. And it's because they overload a side and they got to be able to make a call or something, get someone to shift from the other side. There's absolutely no way he had a chance to stop him.
There have been more block kicks, so it's clearly not just the Packers.
But you got to do something to be able to adjust. You can't sit there in a spot and say, I got 3 guys to block. Well, I can call 1 for help, but what am I going to do with 2?
No, and it's something
normally
it's been addressed because this isn't the first. It's something teams are doing, right?
Right. Normally you say, I'll take the middle guy. The guy closest is who you always block. But that guy out, the 3rd guy, was so tight on the line, he'd have had a direct line. He'd have blocked it then. So that's the issue. And the other thing that is obvious now is why Valentine isn't the starting corner for us. I mean, on that out route, curl route, he dropped 20 yards straight back, turned around, then ran at 100 miles an hour, and the guy made one little juke and missed him. You gotta gather yourself.
I assume that's a zone. They were playing zone. I know the player talking about. He went deep. I thought he was going to go into the stands. He went so deep. He went so deep. There was no. He just had to assume the wide receiver was just going to run to him. Because he was so deep, there was not enough time for him to get up to the receiver on a ball that was a first down.
Right, and then he closed so hard that the guy made a little inside cut and he missed him.
Right.
I mean, you can't do that.
So, yeah,
That's an issue.
Yes, when you watch that, as somebody who can say, I don't know, you go, how does that happen?
Right.
You can't have somebody playing that position that drops off that far unless you're late in the game where you're giving them everything underneath, right?
Yeah, but if you never drop 20 yards, and if that's what was called, then we got bigger problems.
Yes. As Tony Smith has told me, when this stuff happens, he'll go, Homer, I played. You can't. No, that was not the plan. You can't understand how often what's done is because somebody just messes up.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Even though they're pros.
And by the way, did they forget Wicks as a receiver? I mean, the guy hasn't dropped a pass this year, I don't think, and he they threw one to him that Golden actually, I think, caught. Both of them were.
Oh, that was the weirdest successful play I've ever seen. Like, as they mentioned, if you have two receivers that close, it almost guarantees that it'll fail because now you've added extra defensive backs, and then you'd always like to know, all right, who messed up?
Yeah, I gotta believe it's Golden. He drifted like 5 yards to the left, but other than that, until the very end, when did they pass them? They didn't.
No, they didn't. They just, and again, it could be because of the defense, but it's hard to believe that Dallas could do anything that would bother you so much. It's like they just like throwing balls in the flat. Get it to the wide receiver in the flat. Well, why are you doing that? Well, in the end, it ended up working, but I guess that's. I mean, I just thought for sure, as well as Jordan was playing, they'd go into the end zone a couple times at the very end.
Yeah. Jacobs was a stud on those plays, though, tonight.
Yes, so you can't argue they put up 40 points.
Huge yardage.
I just meant at that point in time in the game, you thought, and I don't know why, and I don't even know that I'm saying they're conservative. I think Tausch was right. They want to make sure there was no time left on the clock because Dallas would have just gone down the field and got a field goal, as they were able to do late in regulation. They scored so quickly that the Packers, the only reason they had a chance to tie the game was because that gave them, 30 seconds left. So
Well, it's just like you guys said. Tonight it was a good conservative. The last few weeks it hasn't been.
Right. And I don't really understand the kind of concept of what they're doing in terms of fitting in with the run and things like that. And they are missing people, so they can't go down the field maybe as much as they want. But it would seem that they're certainly going to have the potential to be very aggressive if they choose to go downfield. But this game has nothing to do with the offense. It's all about how the hell can the defense be that bad? What's your answer, Jerry? Your final answer. Explain what happened defensively for them to give up, and actually I think be worse than giving up 40 points when you consider that Dallas's first 3 possessions, they had 1 first down. And then
I'm gonna ask,
touchdown, punt, touchdown, touchdown. Yes.
Were Vanessa and Gary playing tonight? I'm not sure I heard their names called.
And the one who should go for a new contract because the team fell apart was Devontae Wyatt, because he got hurt.
Right.
And from that point on, that series and the other series, they never stopped him. So I don't know if he's that important, but in this game, that's when everything changed.
Right.
So could he be that important?
Yeah, sometimes. He's drawn 2, and you got 2 on Parsons, and then all of a sudden that frees up a lot.
No, I never thought of that would be the case, but I have to agree that it's possible because they had stopped him, and then in the 4th series he went out with the ball at the 50-yard line, and they just started scoring the rest of the game, and very easily after again struggling to get a first down. All right, Jerry, you're the latest. 207. Thanks for calling. You'll now be 207, not Jerry. When you call in, just call in as 207. Will there be a 210? We'll find out next.
Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Make the best seat in the house yours. Carbless delivers the handcrafted cocktail experience right to your living room. Bold flavor, no carbs, no sugar, just 100 calories, and all the taste with none of the extra baggage. From kickoff to the final play, Carbless is your game day go-to. Hosting friends, watching with family, or celebrating every big drive, Carbless keeps the good times pouring. So when the game's on the line, make the winning call. Skip the mixing, grab the bliss, and make every seat the best seat in the house. Find Carbless near you at drinkcarbless.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 6.25 to 15.75 ounce selected varieties Frito-Lay Doritos, Sun Chips, Ruffles, or Tostitos dip, 2 for $7. 24 pack selected varieties Pure Life Water, $3.99. 14 ounce or 3 count selected varieties Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4.5 to 5.3 ounce selected varieties Chobani Flip Greek yogurt, 2 for $3.
I am starving. Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry. Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
It is still 40-40 a tie. Looking at the division, which I did say was over, it's not because I never envisioned the Packers defense collapsing to this level, which makes you wonder how good it's going to be good, but can it be that dominant if it can be this bad for a game? The Packers won their first game against Detroit by 14, so their point differential would be plus 14, and the Lions would be minus 14. Well, now that they've each played 4 games, Detroit is now plus 49 and the Packers are plus 20. So they're plus 29 in the next 3 weeks after being behind 14. So they're like 40-some points better, and they've won 3 in a row, and they seem to have adjusted and played very well. We don't have a caller, which means Will, who's been here from I don't know what time you got here, Will. Will is now our new producer caller. I always thought of doing that. Just have the producer call. Yeah, this is Will. Oh, okay. You now get, as we did with the last caller, you now get your chance with no interruption by me for 30 to 60 seconds to what you believe people should remember or think about the most regarding this game.
I think people should be confused. We thought this defense was going to be the backbone of this team, and what we saw out there tonight was the exact opposite. It was the offense keeping the defense and the team itself in the game, and I think this actually could not have come at a worse time going into a bye, because now we got to let that sit for the next 2 weeks until you can get back at it and prove yourself again. I believe they play Arizona in 2 weeks at home, so at least you get back home, and that's where they've been successful so far. But
no, they have bye week, Cincinnati at home, at
home.
Arizona, and then at Pittsburgh.
And we thought this was going to be the get-right game, right? Like, this was going to be the game that they won by 40. So now it's like we just keep moving the goalposts back. Like, all right, now the get-back game is in 2 weeks at Cincinnati. And, I mean, I just want to know, question for you, Homer, if they take care of business against the Bengals, do you think that they'll be on track for the rest of the season? Like, have they gotten all these bad losses out of the way already? Or do you think they will struggle a little bit more down the stretch?
I would anticipate now that they may struggle some. I can't see how they can get everything resolved. The defense, I'm counting on them using Parsons more and him having an increased impact, kind of like the way they were in 2010, where it took them all the way toward the end of the year, and as a result, they had to get fortunate at the end of the regular season. But I will be watching closely, much more closely, the road games, because you're wondering now how much effect that has, given they were so good on at home and then seem to have struggled on the road. But I can't. No, it's like going to Kentucky Fried Chicken. I mean, it's one thing if they are short on something, but if you go there and they say we don't have any chicken, that does kind of change your view of that particular store. And it's the same way. I don't have an answer as to how could it be this badly. And so then the players or the team isn't as good as you think it is, ends up being the only answer.
Yeah, I don't know if we were just blinded by the rose-colored goggles or whatever, the green and gold goggles, that we just couldn't see that potentially they weren't as good as we thought. But one thing I am sure of is the Matt LaFleur coaching has come back to bite them in the behind the past 2 weeks. It just seems like he chooses all the wrong moments to be overly aggressive, and then he also chooses the wrong moments to not be aggressive enough. Like he picks his spots, but he just doesn't do it in the right way on when to be aggressive and when not to be.
And you could be right. More and more people are bringing that up. I just say, well, that's fine. The defense gave up 40 points. The defense and there's no way he can ruin that defense. You can't ruin something if it's that good. Or we're telling them they can't go out and wear helmets. They just gotta. So the thing that went so bad, he can't be blamed for. The things that you address, that you mentioning,
but throwing the ball with 12 seconds left in the half, fumble, like both of the times that he's had those blunders, it's literally taken the other team being inside the 5-yard line for them to come back to bite him. Because, like you said, the defense is good.
I think, and I would think that you are correct, or you can, but the issues about his time management have been there for a long time. And there's no one sat down and said, all right, here's what we were doing in that situation. He doesn't seem to want to ever do that, because it's like, well, I'm telling people my trade secrets, where, well, no, sir, the trade secret's already out there. You suck at clock management. So they're feeling like, hey, he'll give us a chance. He'll do something weird. And this is the luckiest he's ever been. They very easily could have blown it so badly that they wouldn't have had a chance to kick the field goal. I mean, they were just almost lucky that it very easily could have taken an extra, and then there's no kick. And of course, then he'd say, well, yeah, that's on me. We got to get better at that. No, you put root beer in your gas tank. You can't just say, well, I put the wrong stuff in my car. No, there's a limit to where how can it be that bad? And I don't have an answer. I mean, I know what it is. They don't ever work on that stuff.
If it's this bad now, imagine come playoffs.
Well, or it's not going to get any better. So if the same situation occurs, you hope the situation doesn't occur. But you don't have, all right, we always want to take the last snap with 5 seconds left, or you don't have Jordan Love saying, yeah, we've gone through this 100 times. This is what I have to do. They act like, I don't know, just kind of happened.
Yeah, and to his credit, too, to defend him a little bit, it does feel like this Packers team this season so far has played up and down to their competition. I think they did it a lot last year, too, where they'd be facing a different team that no one thought that was going to be good and that they were going to blow out of the water, and you kind of see them get stymied at the start of the game and stumble a little bit, and you're like, what the hell is happening? This is nothing like the Packers team we saw last week, and that puts Matt LaFleur in those bad positions, and then he gets blamed for the loss. But, I mean, the last 2 weeks, people have expected the Packers to come out and wipe the floor with them, and they've made crucial mistakes that have kept the games close.
Well, but they did. They they scored a touchdown easily, 3 and out. The Packers then punted, but the Dallas punted again. The Packers scored, and they're up. They've had the ball. They've had the ball 3 times, scored 2 touchdowns. Dallas has had it twice, and they've had 1 first down. They're kicking butt. Then they gave up the 2 points on the extra point, but that doesn't. Then Detroit went 3 and out again. They still only had 1 first down. And after that, Detroit scored 5 touchdowns on 6 series after going 0 for 3. That's not possible unless, they had somebody that got hurt. There's no explanation. Well, maybe John will have an explanation, and he will be the last caller. It's 2:20 now. I'd say we'll get John on about 2:25. He is next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
Micah Parsons is now a member of the Green Bay Packers, and if they don't make the Super Bowl, it will be a disappointment.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
NFC Championship games should feel really familiar. When you have a defense like that we already know is really good, and then you add a guy like that, NFC Championship games should be very familiar.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. They take those values to heart with every person the Pella team works with. It's natural to feel a little apprehensive about having someone visit your home, but take it from me and my wife. The brilliant Pella designers immediately put you at ease with their experience and professionalism. We love that initial visit, along with how easy they made it to envision bringing our project to life. Pella is committed to being the company everyone wants to do business with, and they've certainly lived up to that and more. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Whoa! What are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni. Both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray.
Dang! Woo! These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
Getting this. Oh, there we go. Was it me, my end or your end? Which was it?
That was my end.
Okay. I just worry because I'm old. It is not Green Bay game night. It is Green Bay game morning. It's 2:25, and John is going to be the last caller and will hold the record until broken at calling in or being on the air at 2:25 in the morning. Yes, John.
Good morning, Homer.
Morning.
Quite a ball game tonight.
No, it was depressing. I agree with Tauscher when he said it. I don't know how to be so wrong about a defense, and I know it's one game, but it was.
They are what they are. They are what they are.
And John, what are they then? That's what I would ask you. What they are, what they are. What are they? What are? And I don't know if you're referring to the
team.
They're a good team. Okay.
They're a good team. They're a 10-7 team. Maybe a hair better than that if the ball bounces the right way.
That's good, but not that good.
Right.
Oh,
you know,
right.
I mean, look at their personnel. I mean, who's their best corner?
I don't know. Nixon.
Do they have a corner?
Yeah, Nixon seems to be playing well. I thought he'd done okay. McKinney's an outstanding safety. Williams, they get good safeties. Hobbs, whatever. Look at their defense. They look at the people they put on the field on defense, and
their linebackers. Yeah, I like their defensive line. I mean, Gary Cooper.
So you didn't think they were that good,
Carson? No,
okay.
no.
All right,
they got a nice team.
Yeah.
So
when people were excited
they
after
are what
2
they
games,
are. They're going to be inconsistent.
Is that because of the talent? Is that because of the coach or the staff or what?
The organization. I mean, is Gutekunst Ted Thompson or Ron Wolf? No. Look at the drafting record. Look at Ted Thompson's drafts between 2005 and 2010.
Okay.
Look at the Super Bowl 45 team. I mean, we all want to win a Super Bowl, right? But you're not going to. Some smart guy said something about a Kentucky Derby and.
No donkey ever won the Kentucky Derby. One of my all-time favorite songs, my sayings, because people always talk about, it's mental, and you have to. And I go like, no, there's a certain level of talent necessary because it don't matter how great and how motivated and great trainer the donkey is, ain't gonna win.
You win with people,
Right.
And I mean, right now, Romeo Dobbs is their best receiver. and he's a good solid player. He's probably about as good as James Jones was. Of course, on that other team that won Super Bowl 45, you had Greg Jennings, you had Jordy Nelson. Who's the Greg Jennings or Jordy Nelson on this team?
I would
Not even
say,
close.
hold on. Not yet. No,
I'm holding.
that's correct. No, they're at the present time they have none. Somebody might develop that, but they always had one while the other one was developing. In that case, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was Jennings was there. He was there as Jordy Nelson was developing. There's no one there. Devontae Adams would have been it. Would be the one there while the others are developing. Yes, they're all developing.
But he
now.
wasn't on that team. He wasn't on the 2010 team, and you had Driver. I mean, Driver was still pretty good. He played, what was it, through 2012. He was pretty good. Yeah.
So this is pretty easy. This is just one of those games that gives you a better indication of where they are. Good, but not that good. When they seem like they're that good, then something bad will probably happen that'll bring them back down to reality, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Jordan Love is still developing. I mean, he can get better. I mean, that's good news. I mean, he can still grow a little bit.
So there's no way you believe they're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, gosh, no.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, this will be...
Hold on. Write that down for 229, Will. When I say no way they're going, oh, gosh, no. We got to keep this on file. You got to get this in like when sometimes they're doing well. Oh, the Packers, there's no way they're going to the Super Bowl, right, John? Oh, gosh, no.
I mean, they can win a playoff game, and I mean, if things fall right, they can win 2 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
That gets them to the NFC Championship game, perhaps. But they're not going to get that. I mean, that's kind of their limit. I mean, look at the talent on the Eagles, even still the Lions. I mean, and the Lions have an organization right now. Look at their offensive linemen. I mean, and then look at the Packers' offensive linemen.
I'm going to have to study more. It's 2:30 in the morning, John. I don't know that I can analyze as you've asked. However, you've made it clear. Are the Packers going to the Super Bowl? Will, do you remember his answer?
Oh, gosh, no.
Yes. Gosh, no. All right.
No.
There's no reason to add any more, John. Nothing you say can be remembered as long as that will be. And however the season goes, whenever people get that excited, we'll just play Josh from 2:30 the morning of Monday, September the 29th. Thanks for this will be good at 2:30 in the afternoon, but for 2:30 in the morning, this is fantastic. And you will finish the show. Tell everybody good night and good morning, John. Go ahead.
Good night and good morning, folks.
This has been Green Bay Game Night and Green Bay Game Morning, and it's the same as when we started. Packers 40, Cowboys 40. It's a tie. Feels like a loss, but except there were a couple of points where it was really, 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 really close. Not to a tie, but a loss. Next.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise